comes centre field left. Colin Matangi put to the ground. 20 metres out from his own goal line, northern end. And they go left edge. Tallis Duncan, who's been outstanding this year for South Sydney. He's scored 26 out from his own line. Brandon Smith into dummy half. Short ball goes right edge this time, and swarming defence from Manly here on Murray. Right on the Rabbitohs 30. Played to Brandon Smith. It comes to the right side again for Feeder. He's caught 13 short of halfway. 20 from the western touchline. On the last, the kick off the boot of Ward. End over end. Down it goes, taken by Falolo. About 18 out from his own line. Over the 20 into the chase. Driven back by Tatola, among others, to the 20-metre line. So after the first 60 seconds or so, no score here at Brookvale. Manly Ringer first touch. Crowd still coming inside the ground. Saab in centre field. He's wrapped up 26 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Simpkin. It comes left edge this time for Manly Ringer. Crowd already nice and vocal here early on. Chilly night, about 14 degrees. Right on the 30-metre line. It's played by Talatau Kola. Comes right side Hopewadi. Wrapped up midfield. 32 out from his own line. Simpkin dummy half. He works it away. Right Paseka. Right up the centre. Taniela Paseka. Good run to within 5 of halfway. Last tackle Manly. Played to Simpkin. Goes right Fogarty. He's got a big boot on him, and he sends this ball down to the northeast corner. Very good catch by Johnson over his head. He gives the pass back to Jai Gray in midfield, and he scored 14 out from his own line. No score here at Brookvale early going, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, coaches have got both teams dialed into a defensive mentality here, Andrew. If we look at the line speed and the kick chase early on in this game, wow, the contact and collisions have been mind-blowing.
So now South Sydney with the footy, about 28 out from their own line as Edward Corsti is put to the ground. Plays the ball to Brandon Smith. Show and go into Simpkin. Couldn't offload. Made about 10 metres though. He's 12 short of halfway. Good quick play the ball. Ashton Ward sends the ball centre field left and South up to halfway. Played by Murray to Smith. Comes right Ward the kick from the halfway paint. Down to the left wing of Hopewadi. Oh no, it's Falolo. He's got it 14 out from his own line. Heads to the 20. Ran across field and he's rounded up. Great chase by the Rabbitohs. 18 metres out from the Manly Ringer goal line, and leading the charge in terms of the chase there for South Sydney was their second row of Tallis Duncan. Now Manly 27 out from their own line. No score. Saab plays the footy. Comes left to Ruben Garrick. Turns his back onto the defence. Down he goes. 34 metres out from his own goal line. 3.5 gone. No score. They work it left to Hetherington up the middle. He's going to be finally taken. Good solid run. 7 short of halfway. The crowd here appreciate it. Simpkin goes right down to Fogarty. Then away through hands. Charging onto the footy Garrick. He's tackled 40 out from the line. At 8 metres in from the far or eastern touchline, right in front of the hill. Now the kick left-footed from Luke Brooks. Down to Jai Gray. He's getting underneath it with the catch. He's taken instantly 11 metres out from his own goal line. No score. 3 minutes 20 gone down to the touchline early. Thoughts, Michael Carrier?
Yeah, pretty controlled start from both sides. You can tell that they're just trying to get through their sets, but it's been a high-quality, high-pressure start from both sides.
Yeah, it's a bit like the old feeling out period, isn't it here? Both teams doing a very diligent job in their first few sets. So now South Sydney with it, 27 out from their own line. 12 in from touch on the eastern side. It comes left to right. Murray through hands. Ward got the ball away, middle of the field. The tackle made 34 metres out from the goal line. Kick downfield from Ward inside the 40, down the throat of Falolo. 15 out from the Manly line. Heads up over the 20. Tries to skirt the defence. Dummy to Saab. Beats one. Now taken 32 out from his own line. Scoreless start here at Brookvale, Matthew.
Yeah, when we look at the cadence this game, Andrew, you can just see that both teams already, because the speed of rugby league's increased that much, just starting to show little signs of fatigue already.
So now it's Manly right in centre field. No score on the board. 2 metres short of halfway. Jake Simpkin at dummy half. Garrick plays it to him. Comes left edge Paseka. Good strong run by Taniela. Standing in the tackle, held the call. 8 metres in Rabbitohs territory. Simpkin a stack short side left to Brooks. Coming to Benro BK15 and gets nailed and put in a dangerous position according to referee Adam G. First penalty of the game here goes to Manly. It's about 33 metres out from the South Sydney line and 10 metres in from the eastern touch line.
I'm just looking at the replay here, and at first I was shaking my head, Andrew, but yes, Fafita did lift his leg and got him into an unparalleled position.
So here's the tap taken by Manly. They go on the attack. Jamal Fogarty, 30 metres out. He spreads the ball to the right edge, and the Seagulls work their way to within 19 of the line. 5 metres in from the eastern touchline. Ball's going to be played. That's spun away left. Fogarty got it on to second here midfield. He's taken 18 metres out from the line. Manly attacking, looking for first points here. NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Comes left to Brooks. He dummied to Benro BK15. Went instead and found another one of his teammates 10 metres out from the goal line for Secca. They go right. Fogarty got the pass away to Brooks. Out wide Garrick. Nice tackle to bring him down 8 metres out. Alex Johnston in off the wing on the northeast corner. He plays it. It comes left again. Luke Brooks, show and go. Back short side right. It goes away to Olakawatu. Can he link up very close to the goal line? And the ball's been lost close to the line. Desperate South Sydney defence pays dividends. Still no score on the board here at Brookvale, and we've had 6 minutes. Back down to the touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, they did well there, the South Sydney defenders, just to stop a rampaging Hamole Olakawatu. It was a little bit slow to get back to his feet, but he's just taken his place in that defensive line. It was a massive tackle. Couldn't quite see who made that last-ditch effort. We haven't seen a replay yet, but it was some great defending from South Sydney.
Tell you what, Matthew, I know you're very prone to enjoying all things PNG Rugby League, and you're good mates with a number of people in the rugby league community over there. As South win the scrum, they have it 15 out from their own line. There's a delegation of about 10 commentators, journalists, camera people, all of that are here in Australia this week doing all things rugby league. They were in the ABC on Monday. It was a pleasure to meet them, and they're out here at the footy tonight. Hello, gang. And just taking it all in and thinking of the opportunities that await people in this craft over in PNG over the next few years. As Cam Murray, he's in centre field and he's taken here for the Rabbitohs, 32 out from his own goal line. Scoreless start here at Brookvale.
Can't be anything else but excited for the people up there in PNG, and also for the whole of the NRL, Andrew.
So now comes left. Cody Walker boots it from inside the 40, bounces off the knees of Falolo. He's got it 12 metres out from his own line, heads over the 20, taken just on his 30. Just be careful of Terry, this bloke behind you, Matt. He's a bit of a worry, this bloke. TV superstar over in PNG. As now Manly spread it from right to left. Brooks got the pass away. Cutting through Talatau Kola. He got straight through for Feeder. Now taken over the top by Graham, about 12 short of halfway. 18 in from touch western side. Out of dummy half goes Lehigh Hobawati, and he's caught 6 short of halfway. Manly Ringa nil, South Sydney nil. Seagulls with it. Simpkins goes to his right. Jake Trebojevic plays out the back to Fogarty. Turns it in for Olakawatu, and Hamoli's tackled 7 metres in Rabbitohs half. 20 in from touch on the eastern side. Played to Simpkin. Back left to Hetherington. Left foot step from Kobe. He's going to be taken here by Murray. 30 out for the goal line. Last play. Simpkin goes blindside right. Fogarty to kick from 28 metres out to the wing of Johnston. Flying through his serve. Up they fly. Ball bounces loose for Garrett. Touched by Johnston. 6 more tackles. Geez, they couldn't be further away. Right in that northeast corner. Played and they spin it to the left. Brooks, short ball on Tanyella. Paseka up the middle. Great run. Tackle 5 metres out from the goal line. And a set restart. Conceded here by South. Luke Brooks got the pass away. Falalo. He's going to be wrapped up 10 metres out from the goal line. Annie Ringa piling on the attack. Centre field, Jake Trebojevic in front of the northern post. Good leg drive into Totola. We've had 8 minutes and 40 seconds of scoreless footy. Luke Brooks turns it in. Ben Trebojevic cut to the ground. 3 metres out from the goal line. He plays the ball to Simpkin. Fires it away right to Fogarty. Then away Olakawatu. Left foot step. Dragged down 2 metres out. They're threatening. South bending but not breaking. Simpkin dummies, goes himself into Gray. Tackled half a metre out from the goal line. Held up, in fact, on the line. Brilliant South Sydney goal line defence, Matthew Elliott.
Absolutely brilliant, Andrew, because I tell you what, they're getting asked some real questions here by this highly potent Manly Seagulls attack.
10 metres out now, and it comes to the right. Brooks, short ball on to Garrett, going over the touchline. Flicked it back in field. Then South Sydney have the ball.
Change over.
But it's deemed a changeover. Went forward from Manly. So South Sydney survived. They've got a changeover. 10 out from their own goal line. No score after 9.5 minutes. Michael Carianis, outstanding Rabbitohs defence.
Yeah, you summed it up beautifully there, Andrew. Outstanding from South Sydney. Great scramble defence. And their line didn't really look threatened. The only time Manly looked like scoring was a couple of times where they went to Hamole Olakawatu on that right-hand side. Otherwise, the defence didn't look troubled.
So now South Sydney, Michael, have it. 15 or 16 out from their own line. Have they'd love a repeat set. Brandon Smith goes right to Edward Corsi. And the former Warrior in the middle of the field is put to the ground. 23 out from his own line. Plays the ball to Brandon Smith. Show and go from the cheese up the middle. He's scored 32 out from his own line. Good run. He plays the ball now to Walker. Kicks out a dummy half from inside the 40. Falolo scooting to his left. Oh, what a turn of the ball. Went over the touchline. Casey Badger's flag is up. Falolo thought he had flicked it back in field, but that is a phenomenal 40-20 from Cody Walker. Out of dummy half. It looked like there was nothing doing, but what he's done is set up a play here for the Rabbitohs about 18 out from the Manly goal line.
And I can tell you, this is the awareness that Cody Walker has. They needed that because they were actually delivering nothing in attack there at all. The Manly Seagulls attack of that last set had taken a lot of energy out of them. South needed this, and wow, aren't they in a great field position?
So here's South Sydney now, trying to capitalise on that magnificent Cody Walker kick to Vita Totola. Plays the ball to Smith, goes left to Walker. He turns it back on the inside, and South Sydney have the ball only about 10 metres out. Set restart here for the Rabbitohs. Isn't it amazing how things can turn? South get within 4 of the goal line on the next play right in front of the post. Dummy half to Smith, fires it out the back. Ward turns the ball on the inside for Feeder. He's tackled 5 out from the Manly Ringer goal line by Ben Trebojevic. Rabbitohs attack, there's no score. Brandon Smith goes left, Colomatungi. He's tackled 3 metres out in front of the right upright. Now comes away left side, Walker to Gray. And then he got the pass on to support. Tackle made only a few metres out from the goal line on Duncan. He plays it to Smith. Comes back to the right. Murray. Short ball away. Colomatungi's over to score. Brilliant pass by Cam Murray. Keon Colomatungi burst through the hole and opens the scoring for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Brilliantly constructed try, and it's on the back of their amazing goal line defence. 12 minutes gone. South score first. Rabbitohs 4. Manly Ringer 0. Try to Keon Colomatungi.
Yeah, Cody Walker's 40-20 in there, and then the play before, Andrew, Cody Walker out to the left-hand side, and Jai Gray put a nice little play on that just sucks a bit of the middles over towards that right-hand defensive side, and he's the best back row in the game, Cam Murray. I'm sorry. He's just amazing. Do you see what he did there? Just that slight drift out through the middle, short ball. I know that's a big...
That's a big call.
Well, it's just the difference he made when he came on in Origin as well, and just that subtlety there that he showed through the middle third of the field, extraordinary.
And I'd be a bit softer and say he's one of them.
Okay. And I won't argue with that.
You stay solid.
I just such a big fan of the way he plays.
So now the conversion will go down to MC after the kick. It's Latrell Siegwalt to try and take them out to a 6-point lead. So defend. They get an opportunity down the other end with that magnificent Cody Walker 40-20, and they score a try through Colomatungi. Here's Siegwald, 12 out, 5 to the right of the post, right foot kicker, moves in, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. South Sydney 6 at Brookvale, leading Manly Ringer 0, touchline Michael Carianis.
Yeah, don't back down, Matty. That's not a crazy statement. Cam Murray is one of the elite players in this competition. Outstanding play there to pass the ball for Keon Colomatungi. And it's a big name players, South Sydney. Have got them back in this game. They defended really well, but it was a Cody Walker 40-20 into Keon Colomatungi combining and running off Cam Murray for the opening try.
Sometimes you can toss the coin with Brandon Smith as well as to whether he's going to play well. It was his play the ball that played before that got that 40-20 opportunity.
From the kick-off, it's Ward returning it into Ben Trebojevic and Kohler. Tackled 20 out from his own goal line. 15 in from the western touchline. Played to Campbell Graham. Comes left to Totola. He's wrapped up 23 out from his own line. South Sydney 6, Manly Ringer 0. Short side right now, David Fafita, strong run into Ben Trebojevic, and he's scored 30 out from his own line with help there from Jake Simpkin. Work at left edge now, South Sydney. Totola caught 35 out from his own line by Hetherington. Played to Smith, centre field left, a bustling run by Duncan, caught 5 metres short of halfway. Plays the ball now to Brandon Smith. Comes right. Ashton Ward the kick. Midfield Roos down to the left wing of Leghai Hopewadi. Drifts right. Takes it 15 out from his own goal line. Heads over the 20 and returns it into Graham Murray and Fafita. 21 out from the Manly Ringer line. It is South Sydney leading by 6 points to nil over Manly Ringer. Have had 14 minutes and 20 seconds of play here at Brookvale Oval. Ball played now to Brooks. Goes to the right. Falolo away to Fogarty. Then on to Alotuatu with a right foot step. Amoli tackled. 14 short of halfway and 20 in from the eastern touchline. Short side right they go to Ruben Garrick. Powerful run up to halfway. 10 in from touch eastern side. Dummy half Fogarty. Goes left to Hetherington. Angled run back towards centre field. Taken by 3 defenders including Murray and Fafita and Smith. Last play 43 out. Kick from Fogarty as he's tackled by Brandon Smith. Pretty shallow. Gray ran onto it and ran right past it. Bounces over his head to the goal line. Confronted by Benro BK15. Beat him. Joe Gray over the 20 to 30. He'll get over the 40 to halfway. Across comes Falolo, but he got the pass away to support anyway. And they're still going. The Rabbitohs 32 metres out. Good back out from Ashton Ward. And a penalty conceded by Garrett.
You worked him over.
And he's in the bin.
Worked the ball straight over. Pulled it out.
Professional foul, says referee Adam G. And immediately I find it a little bit difficult to disagree. So there's a sin bidding here at Brookvale Oval, and the professional foul after that amazing run by Gray. 15 and a half minutes gone, and the scoreline is 6-0 to South Sydney, and it's Clayton Falolo who's been sin bitten. It happened in front of you, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, it did, Andrew. That's off the back of that Benro BK15 missed tackle for Jai Gray to race upfield, and there was that extra effort on the ground, and the ball got dislodged. I think that's why the referee's Adam G's hand was forced. It was that extra effort by Falolo on the ground, and the ball spilled out from Ashton Ward, and he had no option.
Thrilling run by Gray because he misjudged the kick. What a recovery.
It's nothing like misjudging a kick, Andrew, just to get the defence just to back off a little bit, and that's what happened. And Jai Gray, didn't he burn them there?
Here's Latrell Seagull, 32 metres out, 17 in from the western touchline. South 6, Manly Ringer 0. Chance for 2 more here for the Rabbitohs. Seagull does look a very composed goal kicker with his bright orange boots. Strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal. He is 2 out of 2. South Sydney 8. A now 12-man Manly Ringer side 0.
I'll tell you what else I learned then, Andrew. Did you see how fast Ashton Ward is?
Yeah.
Did you see what I didn't know he had that speed. His actually ability to get there as a support player blew me away. I didn't realise he was that quick.
Now around the grounds, AFL quarter time at Adelaide Oval. Adelaide Crows just over Geelong, 20 points to 18. And on the text line, 0467 920 222. Enjoying your call, fancy having a discussion about Cameron Murray standing. Of course he's the best, says Steve at Galgong. Harry from Gerringong. Why don't New South Wales start Cameron Murray in Origin? You think it's cold there, Maury? Feels like 8.5 in Melbourne. Strikes it like it. It's bloody cold, lol, says Mad Dog. Here's the return now from the Rabbitohs. And Ward plays at 21 out from his own line. Comes left to Totola. He scored 23 out from his own line. The text line remains open till 10 o'clock tonight. 0467 920 222. Now short side right to Fafita. He's caught on his own 30 by Jake Trebojevic and Brooks. Open side left it goes to Kolomatangi, the try scorer. Wrapped up 10 short of halfway. Good solid set here so far from South with their 6 points to 0 lead. They work it to the right, Gray. He's tackled on halfway, Jai Gray by Simpkin. Played on the last to Brandon Smith. Comes right to Ward for the kick downfield. Shonky looking thing near the western touchline. Bounces over Hopewadi's head. Falolo's got to go back in goal. Oh, he stepped past Campbell Graham and another, and he's now taken Hopewadi about 2 metres out from the Manly Ringer goal line. 8-0 in favour of the Rabbitohs, and Manly Ringer 12 men with Falolo actually off the field in the sin bin. We've had 18 minutes and 20 seconds of play. Now they work at left side. Brooks away to Ben Trebojevic. Caught in a 3-man tackle. 18 out from the Manly line and 10 in from the western touchline. Brooks Sends it right. Hopewadi away to Fogarty. Then on to Olakawatu. He's got Saab on his outside, but he just loses the foot. He's scooped up by Fogarty, but seemed to have been knocked on into South. And I think Olakawatu is screaming out for a challenge here. Let's see what Manly Ringer does. 8-0 South. If there's no challenge, and I think time's surely about run out, it'll be a South Sydney scrum feed that they're going to take in centre field, Matthew Elliott, 27 out from the Manly goal line.
Wow, how quickly is this game turned around by the great mentality from the South Sydney Rabbitohs, and they get a scrum right in the centre of the field, 25 metres out with a man up. They're going to be hard to hold out this set.
So scrum here going to be fed by South Sydney. 25 out from the line. Wood to feed it, and it goes out, it comes. Brandon Smith picks it up, goes right to Gray, goes straight through Luke Brooks. Jai Gray tackle now, 18 out from the goal line. Good tackle coming across there from Kohler. Now centre field to Tola. He's wrapped up 12 metres out from the line. He plays the ball now to Brandon Smith. Goes left away, Colomatungi. He's caught 6 metres out from the Manly Ringer line. Rabbitohs on the attack with an 8-0 lead. Brandon Smith goes to the right through hand. Across it comes David Fafita. Caught in a try saver, 2 metres out from the line. But it is a set restart here for South Sydney as well, who now in the next play get within a metre of the goal line. Tola plays the ball to Smith. He goes left to Murray. And he declared best back rower in the game is caught 2 metres out. Now Brandon Smith, I thought he was going to waste a tackle. He bounces away from 2. Finally caught 3 metres out from the Manly line. He just went straight into the markers. Now he plays the ball. Walker goes right to Murray. A tip on by Graham. Lost by Fafita. Tap back again. Knock on in there somewhere. Yeah. They made a mess of that South, and Manly Ringers crowd appreciates the defensive effort because with 12 men they survive. They'll have a scrum feed 13 metres out from their own line. We've had 20 and a half minutes of play. It's 8-0 South. 5 minutes to go for Manly with Falolo in the bin. We go to the touchline. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, terrible set there from South Sydney. This is Brandon Smith playing at dummy half. He can get a little bit loose, a little bit of erratic, and they just lacked that composure that they needed with that set restart and a man down for Manly. And just interestingly, Brendan Wakeham's about to be their first interchange for the Sea Eagles, so he'll play in that middle third of the field.
Yeah, he's coming on right now, Michael Carianis, for Kobe Hetherington. It's a set restart for Manly as well. The Sea Eagles second of the night, and they take it 30 metres out from their own goal line, trailing 8 points to 0, with Falolo still in the sin bin. Now comes right edge, Olakawatu. Another great run of 15 metres. Tackled 2 metres in from the eastern touchline. Plays it. Now it's left to Jason Saab. There's a couple of big dudes going one after the other. Saab's tackled 8 metres in South territory by Walker. It's played and it comes to the left. Wakeham got it away. Fogarty to Brooks. Brooks steps into the defence. Taken by Fafita over the top. 36 out from the goal line and 20 in from touch western side. Simpkin spins it right to Wakeham. Short ball away for Secca. He's tackled 27 away from the goal line. He plays the ball now for Manly Ringer. Comes right to Fogarty. Puts up the kick. Coming through Garrick and Saab. Up goes Jai Gray with a great catch for Manly. And it's a penalty though for South. It is a penalty though to Manly. The Seagulls' first penalty of the night, offside against South. 5 metres out from the line. South 8, Manly Ringer 0. 22 and a half gone, and a great chance here for the 12 men's Seagulls.
Yeah, exactly what they needed there. Jai Gray knocked the ball on into one of his own plays in front of him. The ref had no choice there. But exactly what you want, Andrew. Plenty of possession where you got a man down. Whether you score or not quite as important.
The second now tackled, and he's only about 7 metres out. Another set restart here goes to Manly Ringer. Their third as they send it to the right, and Jason Saab will score untouched. How can that happen when you've got 12 and the defending team has 13? They created the overlap, and Jason Saab scores easily. 22 and a half gone. Manly Ringer fights back. South Sydney 8, Manly 4. Kick to come Seagull.
Well, I'll explain it to you, Andrew. They go down a short side. Ruben Garrick goes off his right foot, steps on the inside shoulder, and throws an absolutely sublime pass to his winger there in Jason Saab. Oh, that was great play from Ruben Reuben Garrett, sometimes very underestimated player.
Let's go downstairs. Michael Carianis, what a hit back by the Sea Eagles.
Yeah, that's a huge moment for Manly. It also chews the clock out with 2 minutes left for Clayton Failolo to be in the sin bin. They'll play out this set, so they only have to defend potentially one more set down to 12. And this comes off the back of a really poor set from South Sydney on Manly's line, where they just lost their way a little bit, and they've been punished for that.
So 8-4, Reuben, after setting up the try to Jason Saab, will attempt the conversion right on that eastern touchline. 8-4 to South. He's 20 metres out. Meters in from touch eastern side. NRL Thursday with Michael Carianis, Matthew Elliott. I'm Andrew Moore here on ABC Sport. And the text line, how good is Keon going? Needs to be in the Blues team. Also shout out to the Stanley River Wolves at Wolves from TB. Walker showing class, the way he kicked, as well as the angle up the bunnies from Crawls in East Melbourne. 0467 920 222. Here's the kick from Garrick. Strikes and likes it. Nails it from the touchline. Brilliant. 2-point game. South Sydney 8. Manly Warringah 6 here at Brookvale Oval, and Manly will take that with 12 men.
Interesting the comments from MC Andrew as we see Brandon Smith coming off and Garlick coming onto the field. So already made an instant change with Hooker.
Yeah, so Bronson Garlick, that's why he came into the squad at the expense of Liam LeBlanc. There's Brandon Smith returning from injury. He's off the field down to that northern end of the ground. Just an HIA. Kickoff taken by Hopewadi. He goes right to Paseka, and he's tackled about 15 out from his own goal line. So Sean Kepi also warming up here for South Sydney, another former Sea Eagle. Jake Trebojevic, meanwhile, good run. He's tackled about 22 out from his own line by Duncan and Colomatungi. Played to Simpkins, short side right to Olakawatu. Boy, has he been strong. Here he's tackled, 33 out from his own line. Simpkins fires the long ball left to Fogarty. Then out the back through hands. It's turned in for Ben Trebojevic. He's tackled 12 short of halfway. Played to Simpkins. There's right now Kohler up the centre, and he's up over halfway. Great run by Talatau Kohler. Fell 5 metres in South Territory. Comes right to running Fogarty away to Olakawatu to Garrick. Reuben Garrick getting a jarring tackle and lost the footy. Knocked on by Manly Warringah, and South Sydney survived there. It'll be a Rabbitohs changeover. 30 out from their own line. 13 on 13 again as Clayton Failolo gets a cheer. He's back on the field. Alex Johnston hits it up for South and caught 32 out from his own line. 8-6 Rabbitohs lead.
Yeah, maybe Rabbitohs will get back into the rhythm of play that they were in when they did have 13 on 13, because they just completely went away from their plan that was working against a full team.
Sean Kepi on the field for Tavita Totola. Their second quick interchange. There's now Colomatungi goes left to right. The Ward ran out of room. Fell 8 short of halfway. Manly definitely lifted in these last 7 or 8 minutes. Garlick. He sends it right for Feeder. Middle of the park. Caught in halfway. Last tackle upcoming for South. Who lead 8-6. Played to Garlick. Sends it right to Ward. Kick downfield. Failolo underneath it with the catch. 12 out from his own line. Returns it to a wall of Rabbitohs. Headed up by Colomatungi. And he's tackled 22 out from his own line. Interchange for Manly. Nathan Brown on the field. Now Simpkins. He sent the ball centre field right. Tackle made here. About 29 out from the goal line on Failolo. And they work it right edge. Manly with it. With a bit of momentum here. Saab plays it to Simpkin. Goes left to Brown. Brown runs into Murray and Colomatungi. Right in centre field. Right on halfway. Simpkin goes right to Fogarty. Runs at the defensive line. Offloads. Through hands it goes to Garrick. Steps in field and tackled. Got a high one. Penalty goes to Manly. 38 out from the South Sydney line. And the momentum has definitely shifted again here, Matthew Elliott. 8-6 South Sydney leads. But Manly earn its second penalty of the night.
Yeah, Tallis Duncan contesting that one, but there's no doubt about there was high contact. This is what I like when we see two elite teams playing each other, Andrew. You just see momentum shift and change just in small moments. And at the moment, Manly have won that momentum for sure.
South Sydney have to defend here. Tap taken. It comes inside to Jake Trebojevic. Boyevich. Wrapped up 31 out from the Rabbitohs line, right in front of those northern posts. Simpkin goes to his right, through hands away to Olakawatu. Got straight through the first, and now tackled after beating Seaplov. About 18 out from the line, 10 in from the eastern touch line. Comes back right to left. Brooks away to Nathan Brown on the angled run. He's collected ball and all. 8 metres out from the goal line. Now it's Simpkin. Dummies goes himself. Margaret offside. Yet another set restart for Man. They're going to be in front here shortly. Comes to the left of Brooks. He gets it away. Fogarty links up, through hands they go. Palolo dragged to the ground. Ankle tackle there from Ward. 9 out for the goal line. Play to Benro Boyevich. Comes back to the right. Fogarty links up with Brandon Wakeham. He dummied inside. Goes outside to Brooks to Garrick. Here they go. And he beats the first man. Can he get it down, or is he touching goal? What's he going to rule, Adam G?
I'll check, actually.
We're going to the bunker.
Okay, Wyatt. We've got tackle 3, mate. We got no try. We just need to marry up when he grounds it and where the body is in relation to the touch line. And if he grounds it on the first go.
And from where we are, it may as well be on the moon, where that try is claimed by Ruben Garrick. It looked live, even though it's a mile
Contact's
in
been
the
cleared
distance.
by the defenders, just determining if Ruben Garrick grounds the ball.
He grounds it touching goal.
No.
Pretty much on the corner post.
Yeah, so no try, Andrew.
There'll be no try.
So on this angle, you can see that his body goes into touch prior to the ball being grounded on the touching goal line. We have a decision.
He goes in the
So it won't even be a 20-metre tap. It'll be a South play the ball 10 metres out from their own goal line. So South just holding on. Rabbitohs 8, Manly Ringa 6, 28 and a half gone. Touch line, Michael Carianis.
Again, it's that right-hand side. Obviously, a lot of the attention on Hamoli Olakawatu, but then it was Ruben Garrick who went so close to scoring a try, but it's that right-hand edge which is causing all the damage for South Sydney.
Yeah, big time. Here's Corsi playing it. Comes right, and Graham's dunked to the ground and lost the ball. Picked up by Manly. Comes right to left to Lehigh Opawati. Beat one. He's able to score. Terrible mistake from Campbell Graham. And Manly Ringa capitalise immediately. Try to Lehigh Opawati. Seagulls are in front. This game has absolutely turned dramatically. Manly Ringa 10. South Sydney 8. Kick to come. Mistake from Graham. Try scored on the left wing by Lehigh Opawati. And we've had 29 minutes of play, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, well, play one error coming out of your own territory is bad enough, Andrew, but when you drop the ball and it dribbles out in front of the tackle, when you've got the speed that Manly have, there was only ever going to be one result, and the response from the Manly team was absolutely fantastic. So it's hard to say I'm surprised, but the try wasn't scored over on the right-hand side, and it was scored on the very left.
Nice to see one. Touchline MC.
Yeah, that's a massive area there from Campbell Graham coming out of his own end. As long as the ball came out cleanly, it will be a try to Manly, but the ascendancy has really shifted very quickly in this game. That try's been confirmed, boys.
You consider the influence Olakawatu's having on the right for Manly, as opposed to the lack of influence Fafita's having on the right for South at the moment, where Manly's defence is holding firm.
I'm going to give Luke Brooks a big rap in that area because Fafita is absolutely carrying the ball with great intent. Brooks' defence lately has just gone up 3 levels.
Here's Ruben Garrick, 22 metres out, just in from the western touchline. Moves in with the right boot. Garrick strikes it, misses near side, doesn't come around. No goal. So Ruben is 1 out of 2, but Manly Ringa's in front for the first time tonight, leading 10 points to 8. And on the clock here at Brookvale, we've got 9 minutes and 47 seconds to go. Don't forget your text messages are welcome on 0467 920 222. Warren's listening from Blacktown, tipping South Sydney to win. I'm backing the Bunnies. Can someone please get MC and AFL update? Loving your work, gentlemen. One time only. Up the Rabbitohs from Brendan the Garbo at Shell Harbour. Yes, for MC and anyone else interested. Geelong's in front of the Adelaide Crows at Adelaide Oval, 24-21 in the second quarter.
Bit of fist pump on the sideline.
From Michael. You happy with that scoreline, MC?
Yeah, I've been refreshing my phone. I'm very nervous about whoever you said was playing.
Simpkin goes right to Ben Trebojevic, caught in a 3-man tackle. 16 out from the Manly line. Seagulls in front, 10-8, Simpkin. He sends it right to Fogarty. Then through hands, it goes away to Garrick. And Ruben Garrick, good strong run again, but he's shoved back by Garlick. Now 27 away from the goal line. Now to the left, Olakawatu. What about the amount of runs he's Savage. Tackled here, 15 short of halfway. Played to Simpkins. Goes right to Nathan Brown. Bullocking run. Tackled centre field, 4 short of halfway by Fafita. Played on the last. Comes left side to Brooks. Kicks it over the head of Corsi. Couple of bounces. No, one bounce to Jai Gray. Heads back over the 20. Great chase, Benro particularly. Tackle made, 23 out from the South Sydney goal line. 12 in from the Western touchline. Gray plays the ball. And it comes left to Campbell Graham. And he dumps it to the ground. 29 out from his own line. Ball played. They go short side right to Corsi. Running off for Ashton Ward and wrapped up 14 short of halfway. 11 in from the Western touchline by Hopewadi and Kohler. Played the Ward again. Goes left for Fafita. Bounces away from one that time. And he's collected over the top. Was that a Molly who came over to get him? It was.
Well, it's not like Nathan Brown to be flying out of the line trying to wipe people out, is it?
Here's Cam Murray going on a stepping run. Tackled 3 short of halfway. Last play south, middle of the field. Garlick goes right, kick from Ward. Midfield bomb to the left wing of Hopewadi. Corsi coming through. Hopewadi the catch under not that much pressure, to be fair. And Campbell Graham rides into the deck. 23 out from the Manly Ringer line. Manly 10, South Sydney 8. 8 minutes left in an entertaining first half. Brooks dummy half. He sends it away right side this time to Kohler. He's caught on his own 30 by Colin Matangi. Played to Simpkin, goes right to Clayton Failai-Law. He's wrapped up 13 metres short of halfway. Centre field, southern end there by Garlick. Now it's Brown up the middle. Garlick gets down low. Defenders coming over the top as well. 3 short of halfway. Simpkin works it left. Fogarty, Brooks. Short ball, Benro I thought he had beaten Ward terribly, but Ward recovered beautifully with a legs tackle. Last tackle, Manly. Crowd won a penalty against Colin Matangi, not forthcoming. So it's a Fogarty kick from 36 metres out. Towering kick, Saab against Johnston. Johnson lets it bounce. It goes over his head and ends up over the eastern touchline. It'll be a play the ball, though, for the Rabbitohs. 10 metres out from their own goal line. Manly Ringer 10, South Sydney 8. 7 minutes left first half. Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, Manly are really starting to dominate this game, even though the scoreboard may not indicate it. The ruck speed, the collision, they're winning in all areas. And as you've mentioned a few times, Andrew, it started over on that right-hand side, led by Olakawatu.
Now on the text line, thanks, awesome commentary taking me to the game. I reckon it'll be a great game. Ref is great also from the Major, who has, I think, Manly will win. Glory, glory, the Burrow will prevail. Jerry from Bondi, enjoying the call at home. Sounds like an exciting game at Brookie. Foreign versus the Old Master. Here's South Sydney now. They work it to the right edge. Graham caught 12 out from his own line. South's just holding on here, even though they're down 10 points to 8. Manly's right on top of them at the moment. As now South have it. He comes centre field left. And Duncan's caught 31 out from his own line, smashed to the ground. That was Olakawatu involved again. Played to Garlick, goes right to Colin Matangi, nearly broke the defence. Wrapped up though by Ben Trebojevic, who gave him a little shove. Set restart here, goes for South Sydney on the last play, and it's with Murray. He's got a metre in Manly Ringer territory, centre field. He'll play the ball now to Garlick. Comes back to the right to Colin Matangi, who's very busy. Wrapped up 10 metres in Seagulls territory. Manly 10, South Sydney 8. Ball played now to Garlick. He comes short side right to Fafita, steps straight through Brooks. Now wrapped up 28 metres out from the Manly line by Brown and 2 others. It's out of dummy half. The Rabbitohs get within 14 of the goal line. Campbell Graham at dummy half after that good burst by Garlick. Ward goes left to Murray. Dummies goes himself. Ran behind Kepi. But he's caught 12 out. Allowed to play on centre field by Jake Trebojevic on the last. Comes to the left. Cody Walker runs on the line. He got the pass away. And Duncan scored 7 metres out. Last tackle. Hand over to the Seagulls. 7 out from their own goal line. 10 points to 8 in favour of Manly Ringer. We've had 35 minutes of play. Yeah, Andrew, we've seen some great attack in this game, but also some really outstanding defence. What about what Manly had to come up with that entire set? Oh, there's a high shot. And a penalty goes to Manly Ringer. That was a really lazy tackle attempt coming from Cody Walker. Penalty Manly, about 17 out from their own goal line. It is 10-8 to the Seagulls. We check in downstairs. Michael Carianis.
Yeah, the Seagulls just used their third interchange, and it's obviously just 5 minutes short of half time, so an interesting one there. Simi Lafai has come onto the field for Jake Trebojevic.
Okay, thank you, Michael. So, Sinai Layafi's on the field. 4 metres short of halfway. Manly with it. They go short side right. Olakawatu again. Great run by Hamoli. Gained about 13 metres. Finally held 9 metres in South territory. Played to Simpkin. Goes left to Liafi. And he beat one, but then lost the footy. Knock on Manly on play 2. So the South Sydney defenders come and rush in and applaud each other and pat each other on the back. 10-8 to the Seagulls. That's a rough start to a first hit-up.
Yeah, but Kepi there comes in, gets his shoulder right under the ball. That's what you call a forced error, Andrew, rather than a loose carry.
Liafi, by the way, has come on for Jake Trebojevic, who's walking down the western touchline, sans headgear. And South scrum feed, 15 short of halfway. 3 minutes 41 left in the first half. Matt Elliott, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore. Thursday night rugby league here on ABC Sport. As now South win the scrum. That goes right to Gray. Right foot step through Brooks. Ever since you mentioned Brooks' defence, you know what he's done with his next 2 attempts?
Missed.
Yep. Here it comes left to Kepi. He's tackled just short of halfway. He plays the ball to Garlick. Goes left to Ward. Quick hands to Walker. Then Seagwalt's on that left edge. He's dragged to the ground. 10 metres in Manly Ringa territory. 10 metres in from the eastern touchline by Ruben Garrick. It comes right to Colomatangi. He straightens into the defence. Put to the ground. 34 out from the line and he's lost the ball. That's a poor effort from Colomatangi. In the defence of Nathan Brown. Manly Ringa with a scrum feed. And all challenge here from South. Let's have a listen.
What? Tackle 4 complete, mate. South challenging decision of a loose carry.
Okay, so this comes with 2 minutes and 52 seconds left in the half.
Nathan Brown is just wrapping up the ball and making a tackling action. There's no attempt to strip and the ball is lost. The challenge is unsuccessful.
Awful challenge from South Sydney.
It's a front rowers challenge, Andrew.
Well, they've lost it now for the whole game, and that will come and bite them on the rear at some point.
Yeah, and again,
Generally does.
as you say, it was, a poor error as well. When you looked at, they've just got some momentum. They had some great shape out to their right-hand side. They were really going to ask some big questions there. Manly get off the hook there. Just looking at the possession rates there, just Manly slightly in front at 54%, but the completion rates by both teams, it's such a high-quality game. You'd think it'd be through the roof, but they're both under 80%.
Now it's the Seagulls with it, 32 out from their own line. Simpkin dummy goes right to Wakeham. Then he got a short ball on to support, and there's another great run from Olakawatu.
He's the best back row of the game.
He's caught 4 metres in South territory by Colomatangi. Well, the previous best made the tackle. Murray comes to the left to Kohler. He charges straight, taken by Graham over the top. Ward down low. 32 out from the South line. Dummy half Simpkin goes right. Now back on the inside to Brown. He's wrapped up 24 out for the South line. Manly Ringer on the attack with his 10-8 lead. Fogarty sends it right to Luke Brooks. Dummies his way into the defence. 15 out from the line. Last tackle Seagulls. It's played and it comes left this time. Fogarty puts in a little stab kick off the side of his boot. Scooped up by Walker and the Rabbitohs have it. 2 metres out from their own line with 2 left in the half. Manly Ringer 10 South. So you know where it started going wrong for South? It was when Lolo was Sinby. They didn't play that 10 minutes particularly well. Now they get a valuable penalty. Mark is not square. Second penalty of the night for the Rabbitohs. But they haven't really emerged from that 13-12 advantage in favourable terms.
I couldn't agree with you more. They felt like they needed to change the way they played, and they were being so effective. What about Olakawatu's stats, Andrew? 132 metres in 11 carries.
I mean, that's
From a back rower.
That's like Tedesco or Edwards, isn't it?
From a back rower.
I hear.
Best in the game.
Here it comes right now to Colomatangi. Used to be. He's tackled 3 metres short of halfway. Hudson Young, don't worry, we hear you, we see you. We'll call you tomorrow night. Comes to the left, Ward away to Walker, then on to Jai Gray. Cut out pass to Johnston. Steps in field to Garrick. And he's going to be called with help from Saab. 30 out from the Manly line. 8 metres in from the eastern touchline. The ball played. Long ball. Comes centre field right. Ward back short side left to Gray. Dummies goes himself. And Jai scored 24 out from the line. Inside a minute left in the half. The long ball. They go left to right with Murray. Murray got through one. Now put down 19 out. Last play Rabbitohs down 10-8. Garlick goes left to Walker. Puts it on the toe. Chases on from Duncan. Ripped up brilliantly by Clayton Taylor. And the Manly Warringah side late in the half escaped trouble. 8 metres out from their own line. They play and it goes left to Saab. He scored 12 out from his own goal line. Ticking clock shows 22 seconds to go. As Manly centre field left to Garrick. Got right away from Colomatungi. Now caught in front of his own post. 20 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball to Simpkin. He works it right to Brown. Wrapped up 28 out from his own line. 6 seconds to go in the half. Last play, Olakawatu. He turns it back on the inside. Failolo spins around in circles. Offloaded to Brooks. Darts across field. Off the ground, links up with Benzabojevic. He steps back to the right and straightens. He gets a pass back. It can't be. Oh, no, it's not. It's Learfy. He comes out the back door to Simpkin. Then to Olakawatu. He's over halfway. Pops it over the top. Manly's still with it. Back it comes to Garrick. Garrick gets back to halfway. He throws one out the back door to Wakeham, and then finally play comes asunder. 5 metres in Manly territory. Hot potato. That ends the first half. Very entertaining stuff. And it is Manly Warringah leading South Sydney here by 10 points to 8. Now the points for the Seagulls. Tries to Jason Saab in the 23rd minute. Lehigh Opawati in the 29th. Ruben Garrick 1 from 2. Clayton Failolo sin-binned in the 16th minute for a professional foul when it was 6-0 in favour of South. They've had 4 restarts. For the Rabbitohs, they try to key on Colomatungi in the 12th minute. Latrell Sigwalt 2 from 2. 3 restarts, 1 unsuccessful challenge, and by my tally the penalties are 3-2 in favour of Manly. The scoreboard in favour of Manly, Matthew Elliott, 10 points to 8. Not bad when you're considering Failolo was in the bin.
Yeah, an outstanding game of footy, that first 40 minutes. That's one of the most entertaining halves of footy I've seen this year, Andrew, just because of the quality of the game. Now, there was a few errors, but a couple of them were forced, but it was a real back and forth battle, and I think the scoreboard reflects, who should be in front as well. I think Manly are just slightly better over that 40 minutes, but anything could happen in the second half.
I was going to say, Michael Carrianis, that scoreline seems to be a pretty good indication of what we've seen.
Yeah, I thought you nailed it during the call, Andrew, where you said South lost their way when Manly were down to 12, which you don't hear all too often. Just Jake Simpkin placed on report in the 37th minute for a chicken wing, Andrew, and my highlight of the first half was Matty Elliott's live ladder on the back rowers in the competition.
I know. Who's going to be next?
Ooh, I'm looking forward to it.
We're all on the edge of our pew, so are the back rowers. And Matt used to be a back rower. He had the mullet. He had the torpedo pants.
I was right about both middle back rower and edge back rower, I should have said. I didn't go into the detail.
Hudson Young, we're watching you tomorrow night, my dude. Yes, give me the stat.
Well, I'm just saying, I've never seen this from a forward to carry the ball 12 times for 143 metres in the first half. Olakawatu.
Yeah, that is crazy. And that passes the eye test too, doesn't it? Every time he's got the ball, he's looked damaging. And
it's not as though he's had no one in front of him or someone's created space for him. He's done all that basically on his own.
Now, I've just got a text from Michael Carrianis who says, this is unbelievable. 33 all Adelaide Crows and Geelong at Adelaide Oval. Thank you, MC. Yeah, with Michael, Matthew Elliott, I'm Andrew Moore here at Brookvale Oval with a good-sized crowd here at Brookie enjoying this game. 10-8, Manly Warringah leading South Sydney. Much more to come, but right now we head to the ABC newsroom.
ABC News with Noni Edwards. The Reserve Bank has weighed into the escalating scandal facing accounting firm KPMG. Under questioning from Greens Senator Barbara Pocock, Governor Michelle Bullock says the central bank uses KPMG's audit and whistleblower hotline services. Ms Bullock says the Australian National Audit Service has the final say over the auditing of the bank's financial statements. But given the consulting company's reported mistreatment of a whistleblower, Ms Bullock says she doesn't expect that contract to be continued. A federal police officer has told a Melbourne court that a woman facing slavery charges would pose an unacceptable risk if she was released on bail. James Oaten reports from the Melbourne Magistrates Court.
The court heard Zainab Ahmed moved to Syria in 2015 with her family to support Islamic State. It heard her father, Mohammed Ahmed, purchased a Yazidi slave for $10,000 to be raped and do house duties. Federal police officer Mark Glendenning told the court Zainab Ahmed mistreated the teenager very badly but didn't hurt her. Under questioning from defence, Mark Glendenning admitted all women, including the accused, had severe restrictions on them while living under ISIS. The bail hearing continues tomorrow.
New South Wales Premier Chris Minns says the cannabis driving reforms are a common sense approach that balances safety concerns. Today, the state government is introducing laws that would allow prescribed cannabis users to drive with a small amount of the drug in their system without being impaired. Mr. Minns says drivers will have to register their cannabis prescription and also complete an online educational course.
Medicinal cannabis users in New South Wales are not criminals. This is a legal substance. They've gone to a doctor to get a prescription because they've got an ailment or a pain that they need help with. And we don't think the legal system's kept pace with that change in New South Wales.
It's understood Bondi hero Ahmed Al-Ahmed has been charged with allegedly assaulting and stalking his father in Sydney's West. Police say the alleged incident happened in a Bankstown home in March. The 44-year-old was charged yesterday with domestic violence-related assault and stalking. Two of Mr. Al-Ahmed's brothers have previously been ordered to stay away from him after they were charged with threatening him over the phone. Internationally, the US Secretary of State has confirmed a multi-million-dollar support package for Ukraine is on its way. Marco Rubio has been answering questions about the $560 million in Congress-approved funding in front of a Senate subcommittee. Violence between Ukraine and Russia has escalated this week, with Russian strikes killing at least 23 Ukrainians and Ukraine firing back at St. Petersburg. When pressed on why the money is yet to be delivered to Ukraine, Mr. Rubio says there have been some hold-ups.
It's just going through the interagency process, and there were a couple stops along the way that unfortunately got tied up a little bit. But I've seen it not as Secretary of State. I've seen the interagency as National Security Advisor, and it's something that I think we'll have news on fairly soon.
China is warning those who cross the line on Taiwan will pay the price. The comments follow Beijing banning 4 New Zealand politicians from entering the mainland, Hong Kong or Macau for a year after they visited Taiwan last month. China claims the self-governed island of Taiwan as its territory and has tried to restrict the island's foreign engagements. Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesperson Mao Ning says it's a clear breach of the One China policy. Recently, certain New Zealand lawmakers, disregarding China's grave concerns and firm opposition, insisted on visiting China's Taiwan region, violating the One China principle and interfering in China's internal affairs. Concerns are being raised about the presence of foreign spies on a popular social media platform for professionals. Australia and its partners in the Five Eyes Alliance have issued a warning about Chinese spies flooding job platforms like LinkedIn to lure recruits with access to sensitive information. Security expert from Southern Cross University, Brendan Walker-Munro, says it's not a new approach, but the amount of foreign activity is worrying.
LinkedIn's always been a source of these types of approaches from espionage and foreign interference agents. What we're seeing and what this warning is really saying is that we're seeing a much bigger scale and scope of these types of approaches to military, defence and government employees.
I'm Noni Edwards. That's the latest ABC News. There's more news at any time on ABC Listen.
A young man vanishes, and something about it doesn't sit right.
It made no sense.
I'm Rob Bergen. Join me for What Became of Jack, the new season of Unravel.
You know where my son is.
Search for the Unravel podcast on ABC Listen.
ABC sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership.
Show and go from the cheese up the middle. He scored 32 out from his own line. Good run. He plays the ball now to Walker. Kicks out a dummy half from inside the 40. Palolo scooting to his left. Oh, what a turn of the ball. Went over the touchline. Casey Badger's flag is up. Palolo thought he had flicked it back in field, but that is a phenomenal 40-20 from Cody Walker. Comes back to the right. Murray. Short ball away. Colin Matangi's over to score. Brilliant pass by Cam Murray. Keon Kolomatangi burst through the hole and opens the scoring for the South Sydney Rabbitohs. Brilliantly constructed try, and it's on the back of their amazing goal line defence. defence to the goal line, confronted by Benro BK15. Beat him. Joe Gray over the 20 to 30. He'll get over the 40 to halfway. Across comes Falolo, but he got the pass away to support anyway. And they're still going. The Rabbitohs 32 metres out. Good back out from Ashton Ward. And a penalty conceded by Garrett.
You worked him over.
And he's in the bin.
Worked the ball straight over. Put it out.
Professional foul. And it's Clayton Falolo who's been sin bit. Another set restart here goes to Manu Ringa. They're third as they send it to the right. And Jason Saab will score untouched. How can that happen when you've got 12 and the defending team has 13? They created the overlap and Jason Saab scores easily. Here's Corsi playing it. Comes right and Graham's dumped to the ground and lost the ball. Picked up by Manly. Comes right to left to Lehigh Opawati. Beat one. He's over to score. Terrible mistake from Campbell Graham. And Manly Ringa capitalise immediately. Try to Lehigh Opawati. Seagulls are in front. This game has absolutely turned dramatically.
ABC Sports coverage of the 2026 NRL Premiership
On your radio, ABC Sport Digital Radio.
and ABC Listen.
Yes, half-time here at Brookvale Oval, and it's 10 points to 8. Manly Ringa leading South Sydney as Manly's elite cheer squad going through their routine at the centre of the ground. Another, if not capacity, close to capacity crowd here at Brookie, despite it being a little on the cool side. Matthew Elliott is here. I'm Andrew Moore. Michael Carianis is down on the touchline, and Matthew got a good one here.
Absolutely, Andrew. And a lot of people have talked about the difference that Kieran Foran's made to this team. What I saw there was these two elite teams going at each other where our eyes are working, In the past, Manly would have been looking for a strategic way to beat the opposition by doing something tricky. That's not what we're seeing out here at the moment. It's their mentality that turned that half around when they were behind. They were down to 12 men, and it wasn't that they came up with anything fancy to do that, or they tried to kill the clock. What they did was just work super hard, and their defensive play and scramble was unbelievable.
I know you're the coach amongst us, but it was me down there at half-time. Just give it the Hamoli. Olakawatu has been like the best player by 10 lengths, hasn't he?
Absolutely. Isn't it funny, Andrew, when you see it, he played his first nearly 80 minutes of Origin footy, and you see him come back after that, and he's gone up a level. I didn't know if he had another level in him. I think tonight we've seen an extra 3.
So how does South counter that? Who's been their most impressive, do you think?
That's a really good question. I think some of the work that Jai Gray's done at the back has been fantastic. So what they've got to do is exactly what Manly did. They're not going to find a trick way through this. They've got to, and that's what happened, Andrew. You saw that when Manly were down to 12, they were trying to come up with plays. They changed the way they played when they were scoring against 13 players. Why would you do that?
Yeah, Falolo was sin bin when it was 6-0 in favour of South Sydney. From the ensuing penalty goal, it became 8-0. But South honestly didn't look like scoring again in that 10-minute period. That was huge for Manly.
Absolutely, Andrew. And as MC shared with us, in that first half, that error, that came from the Brandon Smith bouncing around. That error that was made when they were up, by a player, and they got a repeat set on the try line. That's a terrible error to make.
Yeah, Michael Carianis has been parading down on the touchline. As we said going into the break, Michael, slight momentum for Manly. What do you think South need to do to stay right in this?
Yeah, well, they've got the defence back on, and that's what kept it. Well, that's what started really well for them. They're on the back foot defensively early, but they withstood what Manly were throwing at them, particularly on that right-hand side. But they just fell away and got a little bit loose, and they got a little bit manic in good ball. That opportunity that they had, Brandon Smith at dummy half just looked a little bit frantic, and he hasn't played a lot of footy this year, and it showed in that period.
You mentioned Olakawatu, Andrew. Well, Tallis Duncan and Cody Walker, they're getting actually bloodbath out there at the moment. So they need to respond as well defensively, because they're giving up far too much territory.
I was going to say, Matthew, if you want to know how cool the Eagles here at Brookvale tonight, and again, not whinging because we're at Canberra tomorrow night, it'll be a lot colder. But I'm seeing Ralph Tucker out there, and Ralph is pretty resilient. He looks like he's got frostbitten hands. We've got members of our Papua New Guinea delegation here looking like they're sitting in a freezer.
It's about the same temperature at Port Moresby, I'm sure.
Despite the very warm-looking jackets and beanies. Here comes Manly back for the second half. The footy's not been cold, though. The footy's been excellent, and Cam Murray looks out Sydney, so he's currently the second best back row in the game.
No, he's the best middle back row in the game.
Initially, very bullish.
I was.
Cam Murray, best back row in the game, and you've replaced him midway through a half by Amoli Olakau'atu.
Well, you need to be adaptable, Andrew, even if it is in 10 minutes.
You've got to evolve. I look forward to seeing who is it by the end of the game. Here come the Seagulls, and Amoli Olakau'atu, the best on the ground, leads them out, standing out from the Manly fans at half-time, and I think they realise and appreciate how big that 10 minutes was with their fullback in the bin. It'll be South Sydney to kick off, and they'll be running right to left as you look at your radio, defending the southern end of the ground here at Brookvale Oval. Matt Elliott, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore. So good to have you along tomorrow night. The coverage begins at 5:30 on ABC Listen, and the first game tomorrow night with a 6 o'clock kickoff, and that game comes out of Amy Park, Melbourne against Newcastle, and then at 8 o'clock it's Canberra Raiders against the Sydney Roosters. So here we go, second half begins with Ashton Ward kicking it down to Manly territory, taken on the Seagulls goal line, and they return the ball now with Bigger. And that was a great return as well coming from Liatfai. Plays it and goes left edge to Levitt, strong run on the angle, gets back towards centre field, caught 32 metres out from his own line, played to Simpkin, he fires it right, Fogarty away to Brown, Nathan Brown runs into a three-man tackle, finished off 10 short of halfway, 20 metres in from touch on the western side, played to Simpkin, goes centre field left, through hands, Wakeham, away now Ben Trebojevic, linked up with Kohler, holds the ball up and he lost control of it. Campbell Graham has it for South Sydney, and the first error of the second half comes via the Manly Ringer Seagulls. Talatau Kohler is now the Rabbitohs, 37 metres out from the Manly goal line. Played, and it comes left to Keon Kolamatangi. He gets to within 29 metres of the line. Stands in a three-man tackle featuring Ben Trebojevic. Played to Garlick. Goes left to Murray. He's caught in centre field. 21 metres out from the line. 10-8 in favour of Manly. Opening minute gone, second half. Now Ward runs on the line. Gray got a dusty pass to Corsi. Great hands by Edward Corsi. Steps in field. Claimed to the Norris quarter. 5 metres away. Plays it now, they go left. Ward away to Murray. Murray goes across field, straightens and tackle in front of the goalpost, 10 metres out from the line. Play to Garlick, spins it right to Ward, out the back it goes to Gray. Brilliantly read by winger Lehigh Hopewadi in defence. Came in ball and all changeover. Manu Ringa survived. Seagulls 10, South Sydney 8 after that early challenge of minute 40 gone in the second half.
That was a try-saving tackle, Andrew, because that only required one more pass, and the winger would have gone in untouched. Hopewadi, absolute great read.
Lachlan Hubner is coming onto the field. A South player is going off the field injured, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, dislocated finger, looks like for Sean Kepi. They couldn't get it back in, so straight up the tunnel, Lockie Hubner on.
Yeah, dislocated finger bad enough, not being able to get it back in, and a whole new level of yuck. Here's the Seagulls now, getting to within 8 of halfway. Imagine those fingers of yours, those spinally looking things.
I didn't know you studied medicine at that terminology.
Comes to the right, Nathan Brown, wrapped up on halfway, 20 in from the eastern touchline. I picked up a lot last year. Here's Fogarty, the kick from halfway, goes down to Gray, charges to his left, takes it on the full, 10 out from his own line, passes it right to Alex Johnston, beat the first, and the Kings tackled 20 metres out from his own line.
Step to the side.
He's got to go back and play the ball again, says referee Adam G. 2 minutes 37 gone in this second half. 10-8. Manly Ringer in front of South Sydney. The Rabbitohs on their own 30. Short side right to big stretch. Campbell Graham. He gets straight past to Graham. Now he's felled 4 metres short of halfway and 20 in from the eastern touchline. He'll play the ball to Garlick. He comes left. Centre field to Hubner. Then away to Walker to Gray. Gray got the pass away to support. And to Seagwalt links up with Jai Gray. Beautiful pass. Gray beats Olakau'atu. Now tackled 35 out from the Manly line. 10 in from touch, western side. Plays it to Johnston. Comes right to Hubner. Right foot step nailed. 28 away from the line. Last tackle south. Garlic. He'll go right. Murray links up now with Ward. Puts up the kick down to the fullback Falolo. Up goes Graham. The ball is punched back 30 metres out from the goal line. Picked up by South. Still the last tackle. The Rabbitohs work it right to left. And now the pass away to Fafita. He gets a wraparound walk ball to Gray. 32 out. They're losing metre after metre. Ward finally puts up the kick again and has caught 10 metres out from the Manly Ringer goal line by Hopewadi. He's tackled 18 out from his own line. Remains 10-8 in front of, or in favour of Manly Ringer after a frantic set from the Rabbitohs, Matthew.
Certainly remains an entertaining game of footy. And what about the scramble defence there by Manly in those last two plays? Keeps them out of their own try and a shift to their left-hand side.
There they have it now, about 30 metres out from their own line, the Seagulls. 8 in from touch, western side. Garrick plays it to Fogarty. Goes left to Saab. And Jason Saab's tackled 10 metres short of halfway. And 18 in from touch, western side. Simpkin goes left to Wakeham. Then away to Brooks. He links up with support. Falolo nearly got through. Dragged to the ground around the ankles. 5 metres in South territory. On the last, it comes right Fogarty. He puts up a towering kick. We lose sight of it. Almost moonbound. Caught by Gray. 10 metres out from his own line. He fired the pass left to Alex Johnston. And he's fell ball and all on his own 20. Michael Carianis on the touchline. Or is it just me? Or has this game really picked up a notch or three?
No, it definitely has. And for Thursday night, this will probably be the best Thursday night conditions for the rest of the year. It's cold, but the surface is nice, so you can play this fast footy that we've seen to start this second half.
So now South Sydney MC with it, a metre in Manly Ringer territory. Played to Garlic, goes right to Ward. Cut out pass to Graham. He's got Corsi to his right, but he steps in field. Wrapped up 32 out from the Manly line and 10 in from touch eastern side. South with it down 10-8. On the last, Garlic goes left. Ward dummied left and for some reason was in three minds. Kicks it to the short side. The ball allowed to bounce by everyone. Into the arms of Falalo. And he bounced away from the first. And it's a penalty. Going against South Sydney, player was held off the ball. Penalty goes to Manly Warringah. Their fourth of the night. 18 out for the Seagulls line. I don't think that'll please Wayne Bennett all that much.
No, that was a really poor end to a really constructive set, and that's becomes one of the key plays. You can have a poor set with a great kick, Andrew, and it saves the set. That was a great set with a poor kick at the end of it. And what we're seeing here now is Manly starting their set only 45 metres out from their try.
Fogarty hands it into Jake Trebojevic back on the field, and he's held up 9 short of halfway. 51% of possession of the game now for Manly, so that's really starting to even out. Here's Nathan Brown. Caught 3 metres in South territory, picked up by Simpkin. Dummies goes himself, nearly burst free, but he's taken 34 out from the goal line. Plays the ball to Brooks. Oh, comes to the right. Wakeham lost it. Picked up by the Rabbitohs. Hubner sends it away left edge to Duncan, and he's tackled 11 short of halfway. The mistake starting to come thick and fast from Manly. Their completion rate has fallen under 70%, as now it is Latrell Seagwalt. He's caught a metre short of halfway by Olakuatu. Plays it. It goes right from Walker. Great run, Lockie Hubner. He's taken 10 metres in Manly Ringer territory, western side. Played to Garlic. Spins it right to Murray. Then to Ward, away to Gray. Gray looks at the angled run. Turns it into Graham. Graham over the 30, and he's going to be tackled only 20 out for the goal line by Ben Trebojevic. Plays it 10 in from the eastern touch line. They spin it to the left. Ward passes away to Hubner to Walker. Walker got it out the back. Through hands it goes now to Alex Johnston. Johnston loses it behind him. Scooped up by Walker again. It's play on it all went back. 12 metres out from the line. 2 tackles left for South Sydney. Johnston's indignant. He thought it should have been 6 to go. Comes to the right. Walker got it away. Murray. Then back towards centre field. Set restart inside the 10. Manly Warringah. As a South Sydney, they go to the right edge. Campbell Graham with the footy. He got the pass away, diving over Edward Corsi. Does he get it down? He thinks he did. So does referee Adam G. Try in the far corner. Edward Corsi dives over. What Major Lesniak style to score the try. South Sydney's back in front. Rabbitohs 12, Manly Warringah 10 with a kick to come. Nearly 8 minutes gone. Second half, Matthew Elliott.
Well, look at the fumble there from Alex Johnson that did go backwards, and then they get another late offload, Andrew, as they plunge into the line there. And they shift the ball out. It was just a really catch and pass through the hands rather than trying to throw cutout balls in the last pass there. Of course, he did. He's actually stealing Dallin's IP there, leaving the ground and scoring tries like that.
That is a great finish. Well, of course, they were teammates of the Warriors. Brilliant flick pass out to Graham. And Coursey, what a finish if he got it down, Michael Carianis.
There's a couple of good flick passes there. I think he gets the ball down, Andrew. Just a matter if he touches that sideline in the in-goal. That's what I'd love to see. Again, this angle here.
We're watching it from head on now. Our nearest monitor does the ball go touch in goal as he grounds it, Edward Coursey.
I'm saying try.
Yeah, it's 14 miles away, that monitor. I wouldn't have a clue.
I haven't been wrong all night.
No, that's true. I'm running with you. It looks like it's probably a try, but the crowd don't seem to think so.
And they think you're in the bunker again, Andrew. There's people turning around here saying no try to you. Do you have that amount of impact?
Well, I would have if I was pressing the buttons, but the only button I'm pressing is my red button.
Do I need to start doing this again? We're not the bunker.
Put up a sign. I think you might have to, especially if they're booing. It's going to be taken off him, and I reckon that last angle showed that he might have put it down touching goal. So we just heard Adam G say it's no try.
You see on this frame the ball is up, and on the next frame it's grounded on touching goal. And also looking at another angle.
So it's whether it's a 20-metre restart or a play the ball 10 out.
Ball is up, and then the next frame the ball is grounded on the touching goal line. We have a decision.
20-metre tack, no try.
6 seconds out, yeah.
So the score remains as it was. Manuringa 10, South 8. Good spotting, Michael Carianis, down to you on the touchline.
Yeah, there's nothing wrong with that foot down there. It was just the centimetres on the ball just touching the line. It was unfortunate because there was a couple of beautiful plays in the lead up to that. Then Ed Coursey did a fabulous job to almost get that ball down, but yeah, unlucky there for South Sydney.
From the 20-metre tap, Garrick the hit up, and he's caught 24 out from his own goal line around the grounds. Half-time now in the AFL. The Crows by a goal. Adelaide 39 at home, leading Geelong 33. The first cricket test of the English summer between England and New Zealand at Lord Shockora rain delay. New Zealand won the toss, sent England into bat, who were 1 for 24 with Ben Duckett on 12 and Jacob Bethel on 4. Emilio Gray on debut was out for 8. And at 9:30 p.m, so another half hour away, Pakistan plays Australia in a one-day at Lahore with a toss, I'm told, imminent. Here's a penalty, high tackle against South Sydney, and haven't they, it's Campbell Graham penalised. Penalty to the Seagulls. They've excelled at this, South Sydney, gaining the upper hand and giving it back almost immediately and dramatically. This penalty to Manly is 2 metres in South territory, and Brooks finds touch about 35 metres out.
And this isn't a team that you want to give opportunities to, Andrew, because they're pretty good at taking them. The Seagulls, they've got such good attacking structure and their mentality. Ooh, there's almost another high tackle there.
Brown, who's tackled 8 metres in South Sydney's half. 10-8 in favour of the Seagulls. That was the half-time score. Now pass goes left. Kohler. He steps back in field. He's quick. Wrapped up 30 metres out from the south line. Played to Ben Trebojevic. Scoops it up one-handed. Darts across field. Now he straightens. Caught 18 metres out from the South Sydney line. Great chance here for Manly. After South Sydney couldn't score and then give away the penalty. They work it right. Olakawatu. He got the pass away and driving over to score the try. So easy for Manly Ringers. Great Malolo. Try to the Seagulls in the corner. That was easy. It was clinically done by the Seagulls. And Manly Ringer now leads 14 points to 8. 9 minutes 30 gone in the second half.
Andrew, that comes down to pure speed. Is just that the South Sydney defensive line were in perfect position there. Falolo just gets on the outside shoulder, and his acceleration is almost light speed, Andrew. It's almost like he's going as fast as he can, you think, and then he gets the ball and he increases speed. It's not almost impossible to do that.
Yeah, he's been a revelation this year as well for Kieran Foran. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, again, Hamoli Olakawatu having a leading hand in that try, just going to the line and pushing that pass out wide. Looks like Ewan Aiken's about to be the fourth interchange for South Sydney. So Cam Murray's coming from the field for Ewan Aiken. Sean Kempy, boys, looks like he will return at some stage as well. He's got that. It was his thumb. It's back in place, and he just spent some time passing on the sideline.
All right, thank you, mate. Ewan Aiken on the field, and Ewan will join me on Sunday in our Getting to Know You segment. Ewan Aiken. Here's Garrick lining up the shot. 23 out, 2 in from the Western touch line. On the text line, geez, Corsi built like a front row forward, flies like an A380, says Pete in Wright. And Brendan said it wasn't a fumble from Johnson. It was clearly a Manly touch. The ball hits the ground in goal. So now here's Garrick to put them ahead by 8. This is a huge kick. 2 in from Garrick. Strikes it, hooks it, coming back. Oh, he's magnificently kicked that goal, Reuben Garrick. It had a lot of movement on it. He's 2 from 3, and you sense that is very significant. Now an 8-point lead. Manly Warringah 16, leading South Sydney 8 with 29 minutes still to play. NRL Thursday here on ABC Sport. Loving the adaptable call as always from Andrew the Truckie. Andrew and the team, it's a balmy 19.5 degrees at Mackay. Enjoying the call. Thank you, Artie. Guys sleeting at Gunning, but inside in front of the fire with a glass of red from Max and Joe and Dumpling the Pug. Well, that sounds like you've handled the cool conditions beautifully.
Well, Lalo just went up the tunnel there too, Andrew, so I don't know what sort of injury he got, but that's a big loss if he's out for the rest of the game.
All right, well, MC's off his seat and checking it out, Matthew, as here's Manly 12 metres out from their own goal line. Simpkin dummy half. The long pass goes right to Wakeham, and now the pass through hand sees the Seagulls 21 metres out from their own goal line. Ball played, they work it, open side left. Garrick, he's caught about 28 metres out from his own line, and over the top came Colin Matangi. Along there too with Ewan Aiken. Seagulls centre field, 34 out from their own line with a 16-8 lead. It feels pretty large lead given how this game is played. Fogarty on the last, kicks from his own 30-metre line, down to Gray, takes it on the move, 25 out from his own goal line, heads up over the 30, and he's going to be put to the ground 32 out from his own line. Cody Walker at the southern end comes around to the dummy half position, sends it left to Alex Johnston. He's wrapped up 12 metres short of halfway. 3 tries to 1 here to Manly. Dummy half Gray. He sends it right to Siegwald. Latrell tackles 7 metres short of halfway. Centre field, southern end by Jake Trebojevic. Played to Garlick. Comes left edge to Aiken. Wrapped up just short of halfway for South. Plays it to Garlick. Spins it away right to Duncan. Then away to Walker. Then to Campbell. Graham straightens and accelerates. But he's caught 31 out for the Manly goal line. 18 in from the eastern touchline. Played on the last. Cody Walker the kick. From 31 metres out down to the northeast corner. The ball comes back off South Sydney over the 20. Corsi did a great job to try and keep the ball in the field of play. But it comes off his hands over the eastern touchline. Change over to Manly. 22 out from their own line. The scoreline 16-8 here in favour of Manly over South Sydney. 27 minutes gone. MC strolling back to his chair. Any news down there, Michael?
Yeah, hamstring for Clayton Fualolo, so he won't be back tonight.
Okay, well, that is a huge blow.
And Cole has gone to fullback, Andrew, so they've replaced speed with speed.
Yes, there's no shortage there with Talatau Kola, who was playing fullback when Tom Trebojevic first got injured, and then they shifted him back to the centres and allowed Clayton Fowler to play fullback. Such was the 15 mate of it. Simpkin goes right now to Wakeham, turns it into Jake Trebojevic. He's over the 30, runs into a 3-man tackle featuring Colin Matangi and Aiken, 14 short of halfway. Played to Simpkin, sends it right to Brown. Brown got the pass away. Oh, a head-high tackle here in Wakeham.
It's indirect. It's shoulder first. It's shoulder first. It's shoulder first, then it comes up.
Apparently it was shoulder first. Penalty goes to Manly. That was an obvious one even from here.
Well, he was trying to make sure that Jake Trebojevic was aware of that, because Jake had the hands up, giving him the 10 minutes in the bin.
It's one of those where Garlick was stepped. As now from the restart, great run up the middle by Olakawatu. Tackled 26 metres out from the goal line. Played to Simpkin. Goes right to a steaming Nathan Brown. He's tackled 15 out from the goal line. Manly on the attack, and they get a set restart as well. Everything is going for Manly here at the moment, including the scoreboard, 16-8. 8 metres out in front of the post. Jake plays the ball. It comes to the right. Fogarty sends it into Ruben Garrick. He runs into the fence, taken there by Duncan. 1 or 2 metres out from the goal line. Simpkin awaits. He'll go open side left centre field. Wakeham links up with Brooks. Out the back it goes Kohler. Kohler easily past Campbell Graham. Then he got to pass away to support. Manly get to within 5 of the goal line. And that's where the tackle's made. 3 in from touch. Played to Obawadi. Goes to the right, Brooks. Centre field, Wakeham. Links up Fogarty. Body's in motion. Fogarty accelerates. Dragged down only 7 out from the goal line by Duncan. Plays the ball to Wakeham. Double pumps it left to Jake Trebojevic. Caught in front of the south post. Only about half a metre away when all is said and done. Last tackle, Seagulls leading 16-8. Play to Simpkin. Goes left away. Brooks turns it in. Ben Trebojevic straight past one. Heads to the goal line. He's over to score. Easily beats the feeder. Brilliant footwork, Ben Trebojevic, and this game is now Manly's. You would think it's up to them. They lead by 20 points to 8. They're all over South. 24 and a half to go. Brilliant footwork and acceleration from Ben Trebojevic to score.
Yeah, great description, Andrew, there. And Luke Brooks did a really good job. How often do we see in modern footy now that teams run the ball on last play when they've got that good field position inside that 10? There's no risk of the ball going dead or surrendering a 7-tackle set. They just get to have another shot, and their shape there on last play, Manly, was absolutely perfect. And that momentum swing that you picked up earlier, that's remained in the Sea Eagles' advantage.
It's funny that running on the last, if you're in front, to me it's like a reverse sweep. Great reverse sweeps are so exciting to watch, but if it goes wrong and you get out, it looks horrible.
Yeah.
And if you're losing and you do it, it looks like, do they know what was the last tackle? It's a weird thing, isn't it? Touchline, Michael Carianis. In fact, we'll go to you after the kick MC so we don't rush you. Garrick's 20 out, 15 in from the eastern touchline.
Reverse. I was trying to pick it up. I had a cricket analogy before with that Ruben Garrick's last goal kick.
Yes.
It was like a Max Walker in-swinger, late in-swinger.
Well, I'm glad you've got good currency. Here's Garrick, 20 metres out.
That sounded genuine.
Well, you've gone back to 1977.
When?
Here's Garrick, 15 in from touch. Moves in with the right boot, strikes it, nails it right between the posts. Ruben Garrick is 4th, and it is now 22 points to 8. Manly Ringer over South Sydney, and the Rabbitohs in real danger of this, getting right away from them. We're still 23 to play. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, I wasn't aware that Matty was such a keen cricket fan, but that was outstanding work there from Luke Brooks. He's had a steady hand in Manly's revival. It's sort of gone unnoticed how much his form's improved, like that rest of that Manly side. He's played a real consistent level of footy that we haven't seen for a while from him.
By the way, MC, just on that point about Matt liking cricket, did you have any idea he used to play?
Oh, not really. Can you tell us a bit more when, like, after the game when we're off air?
He's going to tell us at about 10:05.
I'll tell you when you take that Carlton jersey off.
Here's Manly, 19 out from their own goal line. It comes right to Baseka, but you've got that wrong. He's wearing it with pride. Here's the Seagulls, 28 out from their own line.
Another fist pump.
Comes to the right, Fogarty. Got the pass away now to Garrick. Garrick steps in field easily, got away from Siegwalt, and into the awaiting arms of Walker, and he's still wrestling up to within 3 of halfway. It's all Manly. Ball played down to Simpkin. Goes left to Olakawatu. Big hop, skipping and jumping straight, and scored 3 metres in South Territory. Going to play the ball now to Simpkin. Centre field left Wakeham. Then away Brooks to Ben Trebojevic. And he's wrapped up. Put on his back. 39 out from the south line. Last tackle Seagulls. Simpkin goes right. And the kick from Fogarty, 40 metres out. End over end down to Jai Gray. Runs into it with the catch. 12 out from his own line. Great chase by Manly. And he's caught just outside his 10. And this is how Manly's playing at the moment, Matty, with that enthusiasm that really shows up in a kick chase game.
Absolutely. And again, great intent. But Jamal Fogarty, we underestimate his contribution here. He just does all the little subtle things of getting his team up the field. Then that last play kick, that was perfect.
So now South with it, down 22 points to 8. 29 out from their own goal line. Comes to the left side. Ewan Aiken wrapped up. 34 out from his own goal line. Plays the ball to Brandon Smith back on the field. Goes short side right to Ashton Ward. They look very confused. But that could be the kick of the year. Ashton Ward has kicked it, has taken a right-hand turn, 17 out from the goal line for a remarkable, seemingly innocuous, but ended up being a brilliant 40-20.
And it's moments like these, Andrew, that we've seen so often this year, turn games around. It'd be a tough one to get on the front foot there, but that was an amazing kick.
That didn't look like a 40s, 20s, 40 classic at the start, did it?
No, nowhere near it.
That was unreal.
It's a Nathan Cleary type kick that we saw in the State of Origin game, Andrew.
So now from the restart, South Sydney 11 metres away. Totola plays it and it comes left edge. South get to within a few metres of the goal line. Taking the tackle there is Aiken. Played to Brandon Smith. Goes right to Ward to Walker. Then he got a short ball away to support and South Sydney's in to score. Ends up being an easy try to David Fafita. So the Rabbitohs on the back of a brilliant Ashton Ward try, a brilliant Ashton Ward 40-20 score the try through David Fafita to keep the game interesting. Manly Ringa 22, South Sydney 12, 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes left, second half, Matthew Elliott.
Yeah, well, they hit the left-hand side of the pace and they come back to their right-hand side. Not Cody Walker's preferred side to play on the field. And just his subtlety, he squares the line up, just drifts in a little bit and then plays to the outside there to Fafita, who goes through untouched. Only Cody Walker's going to provide you that sort of service.
Well, Michael Carianis, I ask you, is there any bigger momentum changer in rugby league than a 40-20?
Oh, there's not, Andrew, and we talk around set restarts, obviously, repeated set restarts could be a momentum changer, but the way that has just lifted this South Sydney side, and we know that with the likes of Cody Walker in this side, this team can run hot very, very quickly.
So now Latrell Seagwell, 20 metres out, 16 in from the eastern touchline, 10 the difference. Still a quarter of the game to go. On the text line, Mark in the ACT didn't know MC was a Carlton fan. That explains why he pretends to hate AFL so much. No, haven't they come good after punting their coach? Here's Seagwell, 20 out, 16 in from touch. Moves in with the right boot, strikes it, likes it, kicks the goal, Latrell Seagwalt. So he is 3 out of 3. Manly Ringa 22, South Sydney 14. And how long we got to go? 19 minutes and 10 seconds. So that could be huge, that 40-20.
Absolutely, Andrew. And we've seen so often in modern footy how momentum can change. So this will be a real good mentality test for the Sea Eagles and the South Sydney Rabbitohs to see who can come out on top in this game.
Ralph Tucker tells me the crowd figure 15,451 here at Brookvale Oval. As Brooks in career best form, I'm not sure I've seen him play better than he has the last 3 weeks or so from Tiger Dave.
He's going to miss the next 3 tackles.
But I think Tiger Dave could be onto something. South Sydney has it centre field now through Ewan Aiken. 18 out, he could be the best back row in the game. The ball's going to be played.
I do all the funny stuff, mate.
Goes left, only when you don't mean to. He's tackled 25 out from his own goal line. Played to Brandon Smith. He comes right edge again. South Sydney working over the 30. Just trying to stay in this game. Manly Ringa 22, South 14. 18 and a half to go. There's now Tallis Duncan, a big don't argue on the defence. Gets within 4 of halfway as he shoved aside from Fogarty. Played on the last. Smith goes right to Ward. Puts boot to ball. And is caught by Hopewadi. 10 out from his own line on that eastern. Well, threw a pass to nobody. Saab goes back for it. 5 out from his own line. He threw it 25 metres to the right. It was a moon ball. Killed 4 worms on landing. And thankfully for Manly, Saab was there. What was that?
I do not know. It wasn't even in the proximity of another player. Fullback catching a ball on first play, throwing it to...
Here's Manly with it now, 24 out from their own goal line. Spoken like a true former cricketer. Here's the Seagulls up over their 30. And they have it now 20 in from the eastern touchline. And on the field now for Manly, Josh Fellerty, who we saw starting the last couple of weeks. South Sydney give away another penalty for a high tackle, 10 metres short of halfway.
No, it was a cannonball into the back of the knees there. So not a hip drop. But definitely a penalty.
Yeah, he's quick to blow the whistle there, Adam G. And let's have a look at the replay. The run came and, Brandon Smith from behind is on report. So penalty to Manly, 10 short of half halfway, and again it's a rinse and repeat, Matty. Every time South look like they're back in this thing and get some momentum, it's them themselves who send it away.
Absolutely, and that, Brandon Smith will be disappointed with himself there. Even though in the old days that was called a tackle around the ankles. Remember that one? So, but you can't do it, particularly when you're coming at a player from behind like that. But I don't think it'll be anything else other than a fine.
So now it's Manly, 22 out on play 2. Garrick plays it, goes left, Fogarty away to Jake Trebojevic. In centre field, Manly Ringer 22, South Sydney 14. Here at Brookvale Oval, Foz Park. And he walks off the mark. Jake Trebojevic lost the ball, but all that means is go back and play it again. And he does. Centre of the park to Simpkin, goes left, Brooks away. Short pass onto support, 11 metres out from the goal line. Now it's played by Paseka. Comes back to the right, Brooks. Got it away. Fogarty, short ball on there to Olakawatu. Tackled 18 metres out from the line. Manly attack with this 8-point lead. Dummy half Simpkin. He goes left to Fogarty. Then he links up with Luke Brooks. Turns it into Paseka. He spins it on now, knocked to the deck with vim and vigour from Smith. 12 metres out from the goal line, not to mention vitality. Play to Simpkin on the last. Goes right, Fogarty. Crossfield kick. Start against Johnson. Up they go. Ball tapped backwards by Johnson over the dead ball line. Goal line dropout, South Sydney. Score remains Manly Ringer 22, South Sydney 14 with 16 minutes and 10 seconds to go.
Yeah, Alex Johnson didn't really have much choice there other than to knock that ball dead with Saab coming through and all the support that he had following it. He was looking to knock that ball back into the hands of one of his other chasers there. So will South Sydney kick short? Yes, they will.
So the short line drop out from Ashton Ward. Well, they're all in front of the kicker to start with. And B, it was gibberish. The line drop out went a metre and then over the touchline. But they're in front, so the penalty goes to Manly.
And they can also take a kick at goal then.
They can, of course, from 10 metres out. That had nothing to do with whether anything was contestable or not. Touchline, Michael carry on.
Yeah, they can attempt to go, but they're going to knock that back, given they're up by 8 and 15 minutes remaining on the clock, so they're going to chase some more points.
Yeah, you kind of get it. This is a rampaging run coming from Hamoli to within half a metre of the goal line on play 1. He'll play the ball to Simpkin. Manly looking to put South away potentially here. Comes left. Wakeham turns the ball inside for second tackle. 10 out in front of the southern post. Simpkin goes left to Luke Brooks. Drift. Turns it back on the inside. Kohler tackled free out from the goal line. Desperate South defence. Now Simpkin, dummies, goes himself, caught in front by Gray. 1 metre away, plays the ball to Jake Trebojevic. To the right, Wakeham to Fogarty, they got numbers to Brooks. Quick hands away, Garrick, steps in field, defences there. And he's nailed 12 out from the goal line. Tallis Duncan came across with Totola. Played on the last to Simpkin, goes left to a scooting Fogarty. Great hands away now, little stab kick by Wakeham, dived on by South, they've got it. 7 metres out from their own line. And a knock on from Manly, says referee Adam G.
So the player coming in to make the tackle knocked it out of the guy on the ground's hand.
Might have been Wakeham. So it'll be a South Sydney scrum feed. 10 out from their own line with 14 minutes to go.
Right, and it was Brandon Wakeham who came in and did that, knocked the ball out of the South Sydney player's hand, but knocked it forward.
I get the feeling, Padre, this game should be over. But my feeling is it's not quite. That there might be an extra 2 chapters left.
Yeah, I've got that vibe as well, Andrew, because you just know that South could pull something special out of the hat. Manly, it's Manly's game to lose here.
Right.
Particularly with the field position they've got and the momentum they've got at the moment.
And again, if they play smart, they should win. Meanwhile, this scrum's taking forever. Love that, yes.
When you've got Cody Walker in the opposition, you can never really, put something away.
Touchline, Michael.
Back on the field. Cam Murray, their 7th interchange with just over 13 minutes left.
Right, mate, here's South 13 out from their own line. Murray now as the ball's played, and it comes centre field right for South Sydney. They have it about 18 metres out for their own line. Manly really aiming up on defence here. Aiken plays the ball. Brandon Smith goes from dummy half. Angled run through one. Trampled over the top of one. Now wrapped up 28 out from his own line. Good quick play the ball to Gray. Goes right to Murray. And Dan Murray fell 12 short of halfway by Simpkin. And crawls forward an extra metre or 2. Played on the last. Smith goes right to Ward from inside the 40. Good power behind the kick. But equally well read by Bawadi. Sends a pass again left to right to Kohler. He brings it back over the 20. Lehigh Hopewadi, he's not risk averse, is he? As Manly have it on their own 30, leading 22-14.
I'm making an assumption, Andrew, that he's right-handed. So passing to his right is not a strength.
Here's Kobe Hetherington back on the field. Ball played to Wakeham. Goes right now to Olakawatu. How many metres does he run now, Matthew? Must be about 220, 230.
A lot.
Short, 3 short of halfway. Plays the ball. Wakeham sends it left to Hetherington. His first touch upon return, and he's taken 6 metres in South half. Matt Elliott, Michael Carianis, I'm Andrew Moore here. NRL Thursday on ABC Sport. Brooks turned it into Ben Trebojevic. He's looked very dangerous on the left edge. And here he's scored 31 out from the South Sydney goal line. Manly leading 22-14 played. Wakeham goes right. Kick from Fogarty. Coming down for Jai Gray. If he wants it, he doesn't. The ball is on the deck, and it's a penalty.
You don't even compete, Lehigh. You just run through.
Against Lehigh Hopewadi, penalty goes to the Rabbitohs. Only 13 out from their own goal line. So we have 11 and a half to go. Manly Ringa 22, South 14. And this penalty to the Rabbitohs. Oh, we've got a challenge, have we? That took a while.
I don't have a genuine contest from Lehigh. I believe he comes straight through the line of the ball and then just pulls out, which affects the ability to catch.
Which is the modern day ruling of scare them into dropping the ball. Which you're not allowed to do, Matthew. That was
Just looking at the actions of Lehigh Hopewadi, he does not genuinely compete for the contest and jumps past the line of the ball and impacts the ability of Campbell Graham to compete. The challenge is unsuccessful.
And both teams have none left.
There you go. And that challenge was about as accurate, Andrew, as your guess on Olakawatu's metres.
What is it?
He's only done 201.
Really?
Only that many.
Pull your finger out of Molly. Southside touch 15 short
Have
of
a dig,
halfway.
mate.
He's been incredible. Campbell Graham from the tap.
I'm wrong. It's gone up to 215.
Comes left at the Tatala, so it wasn't too far out.
5 metres.
Yeah, okay, I'll take that. 20 in for the eastern touchline. Smith goes left to right, right to left, rather to Waken. He's caught midfield, 10 short of halfway. South's with it, albeit trailing 22-14. Brandon Smith to the right. Ward, quick hands. Away to Campbell Graham, read brilliantly on the wing by Lehigh Hopewadi. But it is a penalty to South, 10 short of halfway.
Same as that one before. Yeah.
So this is 10 short of halfway and about 13 metres in from the eastern touch line. Penalties now 6-4 in favour of Manly, and South's fine touch 6 metres in Manly's half. Ward from the tap goes left to Tala. He's caught 9 metres in Manly Ringa territory. Tell you what, another try soon will make things very interesting. Brandon Smith goes left to Cam Murray. He left one in his wake, caught 35 metres out from the Seagulls goal line, plays the ball to Smith. He spins it away right to Ward. Ward plays out the back on a terrible ball. Walker picks it up and it's play on, says the referee. He's hustled to the deck. There by Hopewadi, 40 out from the Manly line, but a really ordinary set so far this from South Sydney. Played to Corsi, goes left to Graham, Campbell Graham. He's dealt with 36 away from the Manly line, 12 in from touch on the eastern side. Now comes the left, Brandon Smith. Long ball to Murray. Through hands, Ward to Gray. Cut out ball to Johnston. He steps in field. Garrick's there waiting for him though, and he can't offload. Back to Seagwald. Claim 22 away. Johnston on the last. Played to Seagwald. Goes right to Ashton Ward. Plays out the back to Murray. Long ball to Walker. Puts a left foot stab kick. Corsi flying through. Getting back there is Hopewadi. Dives on the bouncing ball for Manly. 2 metres out from his own goal line. 9.5 to go. And now they give away one of the dumbest penalties of the season, South Sydney, with the delayed push going against Fafita and Corsi. Penalty Manly, 2 out from their own line. And Michael Carianis, it's been rinse and repeat all night for South.
Yeah, it has. It just really struggled for momentum, and it wasn't a bad result there where that kick finished, and you know that's a penalty. So that's just a really poor play there from the South Sydney side.
Just we've seen it all night.
That's just so dumb when you've got that field position, you've got a team pushing off the back fence there, 2 metres out from their own try line. There'll be no defensive decisions to make at all in that set if they held them there.
8 minutes 44 to go, and it's Manly 22, South Sydney 14, as now the Sea Eagles have it. Hetherington is contained, held as the call from Adam G, 8 short of halfway. Ball played to Wakeham, spins it right, Jake Trebojevic, then away to Paseka midfield. He's a great run. 4 metres in South territory by Brandon Smith. Played to Wakeham, goes right to it on the Manly inside to Talatau. Kohler straightens tackled. 33 out from the line and 19 in from the western touchline by Aiken. Dummy half Wakeham. Goes left Jake Boyevich. Dummy runs himself. And held as a call as he hit the deck. 27 out from the south line on the last. Wakeham goes right to Fogarty. Then away Olakawatu. Plays at the back. Tip on. Goes to Sabo. He made mince meat of him. He's able to score the try. Jason Saab got through them so easily. He's got a double. Manly Warringah 26. South Sydney 14 with a kick to come. And the South player who got missed there is doing the predictable. And now he's staying down saying, I've got cramp. I've got cramp, sir. So it's a try to Saab. A 26-14 lead to the Manly Warringah Sea Eagles. And it's Latrell Seatwalt who missed the tackle. And Saab, he can do that, Matty, can't he? He can make you look silly.
Oh, it was a great finish, Andrew, there. But again, Manly decided to run the ball on last play. Jamal Fogarty digs right into the line here. And, never guess, Olakawatu. You're not allowed to run the ball like that, Andrew, and also be out of ball play. It's illegal.
What is he?
He's the best back rower in the game.
Touchline, Michael Carrianis.
Yes, I love it. I love it, Matty. It's going to be an ongoing discussion point now, the best back rower across the weekend. But yeah, beautiful movement there from Jason Saab. He's in and away. Just let a hapless South Sydney defence grasping at thin air and match-winning try.
Yeah, nice of Matty MC to give us a talking point for our long free game on Saturday. How good. Here's Ruben Garrick. No cricket analogies, Matthew?
None.
Okay. 24 out, just in from the western touchline. Oh, sorry, Michael. I'll update the AFL after the kick. Didn't mean to upset you down there, mate. Here's Garrick right in front of Michael Carrianis.
He's off the long run.
This is to put the game well without the reach of South Sydney. What? Here comes Garrick. He strikes it, heading towards the post. He likes it. He's kicked the goal. So he's 5 from 6. The scoreline 28-14. Manly Warringah over South Sydney, and that means game, set, bingo. The Seagulls are going to win at Brookvale. Around the grounds in the AFL, Adelaide Crows leading Geelong 54-52 in the third quarter. And still a rain delay in that first test match. England, New Zealand at Lords, with England 1 for 24. And the cricket ODI, that gets underway in about 15 minutes or so. Pakistan against Australia at Lahore, the series at 1 apiece. Australia won the toss and will bat first. Start delayed 15 minutes. Cooper Connolly in. Tanveer Sangha is out. And while I'm looking at the screen, what's happened there?
There was a short kick-off and Manly knocked it back. Luke Brooks ran onto the ball there, and if he caught it, he possibly would have gone the whole distance, Andrew, but he didn't quite catch it, knocked it on. So we've got South Sydney about 25 metres out with a scrum feed and a whole set to go. Can they get something out of this game?
There's 6 minutes still to play. 28-14 to Manly Warringah, who did trail 8-0 with 12 men for Manly. Comes to the left side now, the Seagulls. Away to Seagwalt. Steps into Garrick, put to the ground. 21 out from the Manly goal line. Play 10 in from the western touchline to Walker. He spins it to the right side. Away to Tallis Duncan. He straightens, caught 18 metres out from the Manly line by Jake Trebojevic. Plays it now to Smith. He goes away to the right side. Ashton Ward away to Walker. Cut out pass to Campbell Graham. Graham takes on the defence and he's very close to scoring in the corner. Very close to the touchline, and we're going to the bunker, says Adam G.
Coming into 3, mate. Got no try, and you lose that in the end goal.
All of these decisions, Matty, are approximately 18.6 kilometres away from where we sit.
To play in the lead up.
So I've got no idea.
Campbell Graham loses possession in the field of play.
I think he lost the ball before he got to the goal line.
Oh, you can hear like I can hear.
What? No try. It'll be a Manly Warringah ball, 10 out from their own line.
And it's interesting, Andrew, with the modern game. Campbell Graham hasn't lost speed, but with the game now, you can see the difference when a centre's got that little bit of space that he had there. If it was Kohler, that'd be a try.
Yeah.
So I'm not being critical of Campbell Graham at all there. He just just doesn't have the same speed.
Josh Fellerty, by the way, down for Manly, although the trainer helps him to his feet, looks like he's okay. So 5 and a bit to go, 28-14 to the Seagulls. They're going to win again here, Manly Warringah, and keep that push for top 4 honours alive. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Yeah, well spotted in that far corner, Andrew. I don't know how you picked that up. But yeah, Josh Fellerty, he's back to his feet. He's okay.
So now they're at 28 out for their own line. Saab plays the ball to Wakeham. He sends it left to Garrick. Scored 32 out from his own line. 28-14. Very, very good win for Manly. Drawing board stuff here for South Sydney. Need a couple like Latrell Mitchell back. Here's a driving run by who? Amoli Olakawatu up to halfway. Now Wakeham, short side right to Garrick. Encroaches into Tallis Duncan and Ewan Aiken and knock the ball into the defenders. So it'll be a South Sydney feed. 33 metres out from their own goal line. We're still 4.5 to play. Manly 28, South 14 after the game. MC will be out in the middle of the field. We'll get Matty's 3-2-1 ABC Player of the Year points, and we'll look ahead to the remains of round 14 of this NRL season. And then, of course, State of Origin team. We've got an extra day on Monday. Monday footy at Stadium Australia. And I think MC and Rue will be with me for that game as Jai Gray for the King's Birthday public holiday in New South Wales. Gray caught 11 metres short of halfway. Played to Edward Corsi. Denied what would have been a great try for South. Caught here 8 metres short of halfway. Plays it to Smith. Now Ward turns it into Murray, and it was a penalty going South. Late tackle on Ashton Ward. So penalty now to the Rabbitohs, their 5th of the night. Ward's getting to his feet okay. And this has all turned a little bit sloppy as Cody Walker finds touch on this western side. Casey Badger's flag is up 10 metres in Manly's territory.
Well, South's team obviously heard your game said bingo, Andrew, because they've stopped playing, and Manly are also looking for the full-time hooter. It's been such a high-quality game, so I can understand why there's not a lot of petrol left out on that field, because they've put everything into it, both teams.
Here's Totola midfield, caught 23, make it 32 out from the line by Jake Trebojevic. Played to Brandon Smith. Goes left to Ward, then through hands. Cut out ball is touched by Saab into the hands of Alex Johnson. 6 more tackles. He evades Garlick. Got away from another, but then he ran behind his own player, so Walker, so he has to submit 19 out. Plays the ball to Walker. Goes to the right now. Brandon Smith. They fight away to Ward. Cut out pass was not a good one. Graham reached for it. Even though his nickname is Stretch, he did not stretch enough. Knock on South, and this game has fallen away from them rather dramatically with 2.5 to go. Manly Warringah 28, South Sydney 14.
I guess you've got to pop the cork when you've only got a couple of minutes to go, Andrew, so you can understand them playing a little bit expansive, but that wasn't a hard catch to make.
0467 920 222. Kirk from Townsville. Great to hear a Tangles reference, and Tangles, for those who didn't know, Max Walker. So now it is, can you please read out the restart and penalty counts here? The penalty count is 7-5 in favour of Manly Warringah, and the restarts 5-4 to Manly, so not much in that. Here's the Seagulls now getting to within 15 of halfway. 0467 920 222. Hello team, Manly appear to be a much bigger team than South. Is that a factor? A question from Jen. I'll let Matt answer this very shortly as Talatau Kola, after a juggle, clutches it to his chest, and he's taken about 12 metres short of halfway and 15 in from the western touchline. He plays the ball now to Brandon Wakeham, goes left away to Olakawatu. This time only a few metres, caught 6 short of halfway, 20 in from touch on the western side by Ewan Aiken. He's staying down, Hamoli. That might be through pure exhaustion with his work rate. Minute 20 to go. Jake Trebojevic charges there into Cam Murray. Jake says, about half an hour ago, Cam, you're the best back row in the game. Now look at you. Comes to the right, Fogarty. Little stab. Kick over the head. I love that. Bounced over the head of Alex Johnston. That's like a kick you practice in the playground. Finds touch, 18 out from the south line. Rabbitohs will get a play the ball with a minute to go and a 28-14 Manly lead.
Yeah, again, Jamal Fogarty, just his understanding his high footy IQ as Olakawatu gets a well-deserved rest, come off the field. He's got those cramps like he had in the Origin game, but not quite as bad.
No, he doesn't have the shivers like he did. Here's Campbell Graham hitting the ball up. Amoli comes off, and Nathan Brown comes on, and a big big ovation for Amoli Olakawatu. You know what, Matty? MC loves this. There is 30 seconds to go. Touchline, Michael Carianis.
Do you have an AFL update, Andrew?
Would you like one? Who do you think's leading, Geelong or the Crows?
I don't listen when it's happening, but South intercepting. Gerard Fogarty's got the ball.
And he's put to the ground.
Manly on the attack.
That's enough. 34 metres out. Don't pretend you prefer league over AFL. Ball's played by Fogarty to sub. Goes a terrible pass. Good hands by Garrick. Tip and chase from Ruben. A race between him and AJ Johnston gets there first and kicks it into the Lions Mendy stand. And that'll do it for the game. Exciting stuff here at Brookvale Oval. And Manly Warringah. And remember, South have beaten Manly 8 of the last 10 times they've played. But honestly, it was all Manly for most of this one. They've won at 28 points to 14 here at Brookvale. Before a crowd of about 15,500 people. They've scored 5 tries to 2. And it's a bit of time now, Matthew Elliott, for Eagle Rock here at Brookvale Oval.
Are you going to dance? How good's Daddy Cool? Good prediction, Andrew. How'd you know that was coming? Gee, you're clever.
Would you shut up and listen to music?
No. I won't shut up.
Okay, I tried. Eagle Rock, Manly Warringah, they rock at the moment. 28-14 over South Sydney. For the Seagulls, tries to Jason Saab in the 23rd minute. Lehigh Hopewadi in the 29th. Clayton Failolo in the 50th. Ben Trebojevic in the 56th minute. And Jason Saab again, he scored his second try in the 73rd minute. Ruben Garrick, 5 goals from 6 attempts. Failolo was sin bin in the 16th minute for professional foul. Jake Simpkin on report in the 37th minute for a chicken wing. 1 unsuccessful challenge and 5 restarts. For South Sydney, trying to Keon Kolomatangi in the 12th minute. David Fafita in the 60th. And Latrell Siegwalt, 3 goals from 3 attempts. Brandon Smith on report for a cannonball. Full-time, Manly 28, South Sydney 14 before a crowd of 15,451 here at Brookvale Oval. But a thoroughly deserved win for the Seagulls, Matthew.
Absolutely, Andrew. And I want to actually point out what you said there. I don't think South lost this game. South didn't play terrible footy. They came up with a few key moments where they gave surrendered possession in critical field position. But I think Manly won this game.
Yep.
The way that they played and the way that they stayed on course was just quite inspiring.
Yeah, it really was a very good effort by them. On the week that Kieran Foran signed up a 3-year deal to coach the Manly Warringah team. Well, what a couple of weeks it's been for Amoli Olakawatu. He gets congratulations from the runner-up for back row of the year competition, Cam Murray. And here's Amoli down there with Michael Carianis.
Yeah, Amoli, what about that performance? You look like you played with plenty of intent, ran for 200 plus metres and had a bit of a field day on that right edge.
I was just trying to do what I can for the team and try and put my best foot forward for the boys. So, very happy with the win and the results. Now I can just recover for the rest of the weekend. So, yeah.
Good. How important was for you to come out? You were arrested last week post-Origin, to come out and play a game like this before you get back into Origin camp again potentially.
Yeah, it was pretty gutted. I couldn't play last week. I really wanted to, but Foster's best intentions was to rest me. Obviously on last week, and I'm glad it did because put up really fresh tonight, and just very, very grateful for this the results, and hopefully look forward to the next couple weeks.
What about, you mentioned Kieran Foran re-signed during the week, the buzz around the neighbourhood, they're naming the stadium after him, they're revamping some fast food restaurants after him. It's madness, right? Fosball's real and alive.
Yeah, it's crazy. Just seeing it in person is pretty surreal. Very happy for him, man. He deserves everything coming his way. And when I heard the news he got signed, I was very, very stoked to hear that. And shot a message to him straight away. And big congrats. So man, he's doing really well as a coach, and obviously as a bloke as well. So
big congrats to you. Good luck with the Blues in a week or so.
Oh, thank you.
Air to blinder, Amoli Olakawatu down there with Michael Carianis after Manly Warringah's 28-14 win over South Sydney.
I got a little scared there. Was that just in my earphones?
That noise?
Yes.
I think it was when Jamal Fogarty came over to give him a bit of a bro hug.
Oh.
And there was some sort of exasperation of excitement.
Oh, okay.
I think something like that.
I'm back.
Okay, good. 28-14 in favour of Manly. More reaction to come here at Brookvale Oval, or Foz Pine Park as it's been called for the night. And again, really good crowd. No, they're just loving watching Manly play the way they are playing. And South Sydney will now have to reconsider things after that defeat, because even though they've been going really well, and as you mentioned at the start, both teams level, it take 2 or 3 losses and all of a sudden you're on the outside looking in again.
Absolutely, Andrew. And that's the nature of the NRL now, and that's what makes this such a great competition at the moment.
Well, let's catch up with one of the family Trebojevic. It's Ben Trebojevic with you, Michael.
That's right, Ben. How what did you make of that performance? You know, they did well to stop you guys early. You had sort of a ball, but you got your way back into that game.
Yeah, honestly, it was a tough game. We're just happy with the 2 points here at Foz Pine Park tonight. It's been a big week for the club, obviously. Foz signing on for 3 years. It's great news, and honestly, we just wanted to come here and win and turn it around from last week.
You talk about last week, but even back at Brookie, where you guys started so poorly to start this year, but the whole energy has shifted, hasn't it, in this joint?
Yeah, it's been a big last 2.5 months. We've really ripped in. All the boys have been training hard, and yeah, I'm so proud of all the boys. And we're going to buy this next week, so I think all the boys are going to rest, and yeah, we'll come back firing.
We had Brendan Smith chipping you about the knock on. Were you a bit panicky when you played that ball and Clayton Fulalo scored? And do you know what we're talking about? Yeah. What about it? Did you drop it?
Well, it stuck to my hand. If you look at it, I had my open hand, and then the sticky spray held the ball. But I was asking the boys what the rule is. Once you play the ball, I think you can't come back to that. So I was stressing out for a bit, then I found out I couldn't go back to it. But yeah, legit just stuck to my hand. I need to stop wearing sticky spray.
Well, don't stress, mate. You guys are in a great spot. Well played, and good luck for the next week.
Thanks, mate. Appreciate it.
Yeah, so Manly up to 18 points. Currently, as of right this very second, the Seagulls are third on the table. You got Penrith 24, Warriors 20, 18 now for Manly, Warringah, the Roosters and Newcastle, who at least temporarily drop outside the top 4. South Sydney on 16, Dolphins 16, Cronulla Sutherland 16. That's the 8th. Then North Queensland on 16, West Tigers 16, Brisbane and Canberra on 12, Melbourne, Canterbury, Bankstown, Parramatta on 10, Gold Coast on 8, St George Illawarra on 4 competition points. Tomorrow the coverage begins at 5:30 in the afternoon on ABC Listen, and at 6 o'clock Melbourne Storm takes on Newcastle. 8 o'clock Canberra takes on the Sydney Roosters, who they're not in a losing streak. They've lost a couple in a row, but they'll be very keen to collect that and stop any sort of slump from happening. Tell you who's in the opposite of a slump form-wise. That's Luke Brooks. He's down there with Michael Carianis, the Manly 5'8".
Yeah, we had someone text in during the game, Luke, and ask if you're in career best form at the moment. How are you feeling that your footy in the last 2 months has been outstanding?
Yeah, I think just confident. I'm confident in the team and what we're doing. And I feel like everyone's sort of feeling that way too. So confidence is a big thing.
What about that performance? You guys had to work hard to get the win out here tonight, but the scoreline looks like you got the job done, but it was tricky for a bit.
Yeah, definitely. It was probably a slow start. They scored first, and then we had a man in the bin, and we defended our line, and then we ended up scoring. So that was massive for our confidence. And then after that, we were just able to put the ball in the corner and just go after the way we wanted to play.
Hamole's on the other side of the field. I don't know how much oppose work you have to do against him at training, but he's MAD at the moment, is he? He's just killing it.
Nah, he takes it easy on me at training, so thank God. I've been on the other side. I've had to tackle him a few times, and yeah, he's so hard to tackle. So yeah, he's playing some really good footy, and really happy to see how he's going.
You're also playing good footy, mate. Well done.
Thank you. Cheers, mate.
Michael Carianis with Luke Brooks, and MC, you can come on up now, mate. Get out of the cold for the remains of the post-game show. So that leaves us, Matthew Elliott, with the ABC Player of the Year points. I've got a feeling I know who's getting 3, but confirm.
You're not going to faint, so I'm going to go the opposite way around. I'm going to start with 1 point, and I'm going to give that to South Sydney's Jai Gray. I just think he was in everything at the in the backfield. He carried the ball for 165 metres, but he just showed up the whole night for South Sydney. I thought he was their most consistent performer during the whole evening, and obviously, put their first try on. Jamal Fogarty, I've just become such a huge fan of him. So he gets my 2 points, Andrew, just for game management. What he does for his teammates, he just shows up repeatedly both in defence, but his attacking prowess, his last plays makes a huge difference. We talked about during the game the turn of momentum. A lot of that was down to his amazing kicking game. And his decision sometimes not to kick the ball on last play, but to pass it, where they scored twice on last play.
He is one of those halfbacks that can be so influential in a game without having to make a break.
Yeah.
And that's tonight's a case in point.
And that's what you see when if you're sitting there in the coach's box and you've got him running your team, you just feel so relaxed in those key moments.
Yeah.
We talked about, is South still in it when we were trying to come up with a way, but, with a player like that, it makes it very difficult.
All right, and 3 points goes to, drum roll.
Omole Olakawatu, my goodness, 2 try assists, 248 metres, 23 tackles. Do I have to say anything else?
No, he was spectacular, wasn't he?
And they're numbers, right? But what about what he did for the team? Is it every time he carried the ball in attack, Andrew, they were able to do something after he did it. But you can't be that big, that strong, and have that speed, and also be a ball player.
Yep.
He came up with 2 try assists that ended up with the winger scoring. How do you do that?
It was unreal to watch.
Yeah, it was absolutely fantastic.
South did not have an answer to him, did they? They just could not nullify him.
Tell me what the answer is.
Hire a crane.
Yeah, exactly. Get a brick wall there and just put it on that side of the field.
So 3 points to Molly Olakawatu in the ABC Player of the Year, 2 points Jamal Fogarty, and 1 point to South Sydney fullback Jai Gray. On the text line, 0467 920 222, the 4&V Bennett head-to-head coaching record is incredible, says Tim from Upper Caboolture. Yep, the Foz is in front there. Glenn and Dan enjoying the call from Outback New South Wales. Great stuff. Thank you, Glenn. Thank you, Dan. Maury, good on the Foz boys. Nice, says Mark. Boys, love the call. Where is that lunatic Gibbs? That's a great question. He'll be back with us tomorrow. He's coming down to Canberra with myself and Alan Tung. Where are Queensland and New South Wales teams to be named with a game on Monday? Asked Freddie from Ipswich. That's a great question. I think it must be Monday night. I think it might be during NRL Monday, actually, after that game on the public holiday in New South Wales. That wouldn't surprise me after Canterbury Bankstown plays Parramatta. Saba says, why hasn't the sideline commentator talked about the moon? That's a great question.
Well, he was too busy talking about the AFL, Andrew.
0467 920 222. You missed some classic jaunty on the weekend because it was a micro blue moon.
I've got a photo of it.
I don't know.
Sure.
I have no interest in seeing your photo of it, only because...
Oh, that's too tempting.
I heard a lot about it.
Oh, I find that very hard to believe.
A lot about the micro blue moon. That we're not going to have another one for 27 years. It was the furthest the moon will ever be away from us, and you've got a photo of it too. Well done.
The furthest it'll ever be away from us?
Yes.
Okay.
That's part of the micro blue moon stats / Gibbsy morsels.
Does Octopuses tell him that stuff, or does he read it from somewhere?
Look, I don't want to be presumptuous, but he does get a lot of information in his discussion with octopuses.
Okay.
Michael Carianis is back. You seem cold, MC. You all right? No, don't touch it. That is cold.
It is cold. Woo! It is cold out there.
Baby!
Yes, it is very cold. I think the New South Wales side gets announced on Monday after the completion of that game, so we should be on air.
Well, that's what I just said, isn't it?
Yeah, I'm just confirming.
Oh, nice. And what about Queensland's always later, isn't it?
Do you want me to sit in the middle? Because this thing's getting a bit antsy there. Him looking over your shoulder, trying to look at the AFL scores. And
I know.
I don't know what... We had this conversation. I appreciate the text message around me not giving moon updates. I don't know what I'd find more boring, AFL updates or moon updates.
Or Beaufort
the
scale.
wind. Yeah.
Beaufort scale's up there for you.
Or the jersey colours, or the grass.
You don't find much interesting, do you?
News.
For a curious journalist, we just got another photo of the moon. Around the grounds in the AFL, that looked much more full than the blue one. Adelaide Crows 66 leading Geelong 53 in the final quarter, and play just getting underway in that third ODI between Pakistan and Australia at Lahore. 0467 920 222. Manly's defence has improved from the last couple of years. Plasamoli, I back Padres call. Eagles are soaring. Another great call, boys, from Chris in Eastwood. 0467 920 222. All right, on to tomorrow night's games, boys. How long we got? We've got about 7 minutes or so. So we can go through the remains of the round. And again, round 14, 27-round comp. So we are into the second half of the season, incredibly. 5:30 on air tomorrow, and that's on ABC Listen. You'll be taken through the roof for that game. And then from 6 p.m, it's the Melbourne Storm taking on Newcastle. Now, Melbourne has won 3 of its last 4 games, and Newcastle comes into the game inside the top 4, and MC, they're looking very dangerous at the moment.
The Knights, they definitely are, and we touched on pre-game the fact that Dylan Lucas has re-signed with the Newcastle Knights, and he's an outstanding player. 3-year deal for him, and Kalen Ponga is in good form. They just look like Jacob Safidi. I know there was some discussion, and he didn't get onto the field in Wednesday night's or like last Wednesday's Origin, but he's been outstanding this year. I thought he was a good selection for New South Wales. So they got a real balance. Yeah, so you wouldn't have thought, I can't remember last time we would have said this, that Newcastle going to Melbourne's a chance of winning.
I know. Brett Sprigg on the call, by the way, with Ryan Hoppin and Ian Cohen. How do you see that one tomorrow night?
You know, Andrew, I find it very difficult not to back Newcastle.
Yep.
When you particularly look at their forwards, you know, I always look there first to see where the advantage is, and I really like the Newcastle forward pack, the way they're playing at the moment. Not just Dylan Lucas, but their whole pack has some genuine, real danger to it. So, and when you've got the speed they've got through their back line, I like Newcastle.
And Suafa'alongo against Kalen Ponga. Sign me up for that one. At 8 o'clock tomorrow night, I'll be down at Canberra Stadium with Alan Tongue and the Octopus Whisperer John Gibbs. Canberra Raiders against the Sydney Roosters. I don't know whether I'm a fool here, Matthew, but I keep thinking Canberra is going to come good. When their team looks at full strength, I still think they're outstanding. But they play a Roosters side who's just lost 2 games in a row. Who do you like in this one?
Yeah, they play the Roosters. They couldn't get them at a worse time, as far as I'm concerned. I'm like you, Andrew. I really feel like the Raiders haven't played that bad, but they're not getting the results that they probably deserve. So I'm going to sway slightly towards the Raiders, and that might have something to do with my past.
What about you, Michael Carrianis?
Yeah, I get where Matty's coming from. The fact that and the Roosters haven't been as good as well. Like the Roosters their footy at their best is so dangerous, and then they have these lapses within game. Trent Roberts was quite scathing post game of his side, but I'm going to tip the Roosters.
All right, then on to Saturday, we'll be on air from 2 p.m. in the boardroom. Myself, Michael will be there, so will Louis for the first time this weekend. And also joining us for the pre-game show will be Ruan Sims. That's from 2 till 5:30. Then we'll call the game between North Queensland and the Dolphins with Laurie Spina at the ground on the touchline. A 5:30 game. This strikes me, MC, as being an impossible to tip game and really important for both teams.
Yeah, as you like, the 2 Friday night games are tough, but you can lean sort of one way. This one's a genuine 50-50 for mine. I'm tipping the Cowboys at home, but the Dolphins are starting to play the footy that we all thought they could at the start of the season.
Yeah, I think I'm leaning Dolphins. How about you, Matthew?
I'm leaning Dolphins as well, Andrew. I just see their momentum coming in. They're a team that has got so much potency in them.
Now, the other game on Saturday night at Lang Park with Brett Sprigg, Billy Moore and Travis Main, Broncos and Gold Coast. Now, so often we thought Broncos are a shoo-in against the Titans, and the Titans can surprise every now and then. How do you see this at Lang Park after a really brutal assessment by Payne Haas after Brisbane's lost to the Dragons?
Yeah, I think his assessment, if that doesn't wake his team up, and I saw the footage of Madge after the game having a chat to them, it didn't seem like a gentle chat. So they've got to respond at some point, and obviously there's been some Now, Ezra Mam not being selected in the starting team and sitting at 18 is an interesting one. That's got to get the attention of the team. If they don't start this weekend, they don't start.
Tom Duffy playing 5/8. Michael?
Yeah, well, that's the response that Michael Maguire's calling out for now off the back of, Payne Haas calling his side out, dropping Ezra Mann, who was in the Queensland Origin squad a couple of weeks ago, and they don't get a response. That's a major concern for the Broncos, but Brisbane for mine.
Now, West Tigers play Penrith Sunday. We'll be on air from midday at Western Sydney Stadium, myself, Louis and John Gibbs. And then at 2 o'clock, West Tigers against Penrith. Now, Penrith coming off, I think, easily the game of the year against the Warriors, and they held on to win without Cleary and Yeo and To'o. West Tigers had a good win as well over Canterbury Banks. And I think this will be a good game of footy, but I can't go past Penrith. Can you, boys?
No. Your description's perfect. It's going to be a really good game of footy, Andrew. But Penrith win.
You've described things really well tonight.
It was like a Mick Malone spill into the Fremantle Docker.
I take everything back that I just said.
What did you just say?
Mick Malloy or something. I don't know.
Malone, he was a former Australian bowler. Cronulla Sutherland back in the Max Walker era. Cronulla Sutherland against St George Illawarra, the derby at Shark Park, the 4 o'clock game. We've got less than a minute to go, boys. Any reason to think the Dragons can win 2 in a row?
We've got less than a minute to go.
Yes. Okay, Sharks.
I think they can. I think it'll be a close one with the Sharks.
And then on Monday, Canterbury Banks standing against Parramatta.
Depends who plays for Canterbury. But I'm tipping the Bulldogs as it stands. Graz, Crichton, in doubt.
It could easily be a Parramatta upset here. Matthew?
I'm going to go for the